Awesome. Hello, everyone. Sean here. Welcome to, what are we calling this? Fast Cash Bonus Saturday. I like Super Saturday personally. It's the Super Bowl tomorrow, Super Saturday. But, Aiden's really good at coming up with these catchy names. So we go with Fast Cash Bonus Saturday, whatever you want to call it. Regardless, we're going to be here for a couple hours. And the intention of this webinar is for me to sort of walk you through start to finish of how I would go about finding an offer, creating a page, setting a page up with SendPad, doing some keyword research and starting an ad. And then what's going to happen here is I'm going to, in the background, optimize pages, optimize ads. I'll make notes of what I do every single day. And hopefully in a few weeks' time, we will come back in a few weeks' time, but hopefully I'll have some decent results. First of all, I wanted to start out with, look, Rome's not built in a day. Software issues happen. Business issues happen. I had an issue the other day with Funnelflux, which is a software I use that I'm going to be sharing with you guys in a few weeks. And the whole server went down. I remember one time, Rogers, biggest Canadian company, cell phone company in Canada, they lost phone service for a whole day, So, there's been a couple bugs in float funnels and things like that, but, no company out there is immune to things that happen. So, you can really, dating somebody who is a therapist, which is what I do, it's really helped with my own mindset and mental health. Not that I had, mental health sounds like a pejorative term, but I think, mental health is an important thing in life. And really software, maybe, let's say mobile responsiveness, that's like a neutral circumstance. It doesn't work. Okay. Or it's not looking as good as I would like it to look. That's a neutral circumstance, right? We could choose to complain about it, for lack of a better term, or we could be like, well, who cares? I'll just run desktop and wait, And those are really the two buckets you can choose to go in, right? So I was running paid traffic overnight. Funnelflux went down. I luckily caught it and only wasted like $100 or so on traffic. But what ended up happening was I didn't hear from them for 6 hours for whatever reason. And the owner actually was like, I'm really sorry, this, that, and the other thing. And then it came back on and it worked. And then we started running the page again. I made some changes to my page with my dev team, and he made a mistake, and it wasn't redirecting to the actual CPA offer after opt-in. So I lost like another $200. So I could sit there and cry about it. Like, boo-hoo, I lost $300. Or I could recognize this stuff happens, guys. It happens. It happens in life. It happens in business. Business, it's not a straight line. If it was a straight line, there'd be no wars. Everybody would have food on the table. We'd all be, it's just not the way the world works in anything. So what I'm saying is let's all have a little bit of perspective. We're 3 weeks into a business here or something along those lines. I think we started, right around January the 18th or 19th or something along those lines. So we're 20 days, 22 days into this thing. Let's relax a little bit, calm down. It's all going to be okay, and in the long run, we're all going to be good. So that's my little mindset thing today. Tammy, let's be honest. I hear these comments happen all the time. Sorry to call the name out, but you have more money than us. You can afford to lose it. You're lucky. Okay. Again, that's a mindset you choose to have. I started with less than $0 in my bank account, minus $436. So that's what I started back in 2013. So you're right. You lose $300 for me in this very moment in time. I don't like it, but it doesn't affect me as it would affect you. But you're goddamn well right that this shit happened to me back in the day too, 10 years ago. You don't think that I lost this kind of money. You don't think I bought programs that I struggled with, or I bought somebody's software, it didn't work the way I wanted it to work. Well, I mean, we could fold, we could quit, we could cry about it, we could be upset about it. And I'm not saying that the person who's had that is doing that, but the point is you gotta be resourceful, And I think some of the, before I get into this stuff, because it's very helpful, I think that some of the videos I made in the early bird stuff, around your why. Like, why are you doing this? Right? Are you just doing this because you want to make a quick buck? Because like really, you're probably going to quit if that's the reason, right? Because there's really no reason for you to be doing it. Oh, I want to see if this maybe makes me a couple bucks, It's not really a good enough why, because what's going to happen there in that scenario is, if you run $100 on Microsoft, or you make a page, or you're struggling to connect Sampad, or something is just frustrating, you're probably going to quit because you really, in the first place, didn't have a good enough reason to start. When I got started, my wife was on mat leave. I had a newborn baby. I was living paycheck to paycheck. That was a very important thing to me. I was like, I need this money. It must work. And then when it started working after a few months, it took me a few months to really get going. It was, holy smokes. Like, I want to never go back to my job. I hate it. Like, I want to be free, and that really drove me. And about 11 months after I started my business, I quit my job and I retired my wife, and I never looked back, I've been through a divorce that cost me a lot of money. I've been through death. I've been through everything you can have possible. I've had business partners kick me out of my own business. I've had businesses fail. I've had companies scam me out of like $25,000 when I paid for like a done for you, e-commerce service. So I've had all the bad things happen too. So it's not like I'm sitting here on like this, lucky guy who had rich parents and like rolled out of bed into money, and, bad things don't happen, because they do. It's the perspective you have to have. I think I've seen it all. I'm very transparent about it. I grew up in a poor neighborhood in Toronto. My dad was an alcoholic who beat me literally as a kid. And I say that with a straight face because there's no point of lying about that. That's what I came from. And it's like, I could choose to be woe is me and, end up on intervention or something and turn into drugs, which is what a lot of people do in those scenarios. Or you could break the cycle and be like, I don't want to be like that, and have my own kids and treat them with respect. And I'm never going to, be poor ever again, and those types of things. Right. So I really do believe that, I'm a big baseball guy. And baseball is the ultimate sport of failure, right? Like, if you hit 300, you're going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, if you hit like 250, you're probably going to the Hall of Fame. It means you fail 70 to 75% of the time. Sometimes you can play baseball, some of the best players in the world, and they'll go 0 for 30, 30 at bats. That's like, 4 at bats a game, like 8 games, like an entire week without a hit. And like the fans are booing you. Like, yeah, they're spoiled and getting paid millions. But the point is, like, that could crumble a lot of humans, right? That failure, but they succeed on a daily basis. And it's like, the reality is, when you look at a business, it's very similar. You're not going to succeed 100% of the time. You're going to have a lot of bumps. There's going to be things that are annoying. There's going to be days that just piss you off and you want to throw your laptop off the balcony. But the reality is, if you keep the mindset that this is life, life is not a straight line. Life is not fair. Nobody's there to help you. Nobody's there to pick you up or pat you on the back or give you a woe is me. The reality is, life is what you make of it, And so, let's have a little bit of perspective. We're a few weeks in, change the mindset. Stuff's going to happen. You're going to run a page and you're probably going to make a mistake and you might lose a couple bucks on ads, and that's okay. In the grand scheme of things, it's one little drop in the bucket in this game called life. So anyways, enough of my mindset today. All right, let's get into this stuff. I'm going to run for like an hour. I'll go component by component. And then, I'll take some questions. All right. Yoga and meditations works wonders. Michelle, I am with you. I have my little, what's that thing called? The little headband, Muse. I do that stuff every day. I went for a walk today, sat in the park, stared at the sun for 15 minutes, did some breath work. Stuff helps immensely. It's science. It's not woo-woo. Anyways, away from that and back on to business. So finding offers right at the beginning. Okay. This is the hardest thing for me. It's always the hardest thing to teach people. I've taught people all types of e-commerce, all types of CPA marketing since basically 2014, when I started becoming successful on Amazon. I could safely say I've taught tens of thousands of people, literally, on the topic on the gross macro topic of e-commerce or marketing. Okay, those two topics. And I can safely say without fail that the most challenging thing that I hear time and time again is, I don't know what to sell, or I don't know what to promote. Okay. And I don't know. I've tried a million different ways. We've done programs in the past where we did done for you e-com, where we literally went and picked products and gave them to people. And that was a complete mess. We've done it in the past where we were like, hey, go find your own stuff. And that was bad. And so it's like, I gave guidelines, and then people are like, well, I can't find one offer that fits all those rules. I'm like, well, they're just guidelines. So it is a challenge. Okay. And so what I would like you to sort of get in the mindset of, whether you're doing e-commerce, marketing, whatever business you're ever going to do in your life, is, a mentor once told me this, and it still rings true to this day. Sales and marketing really boils down to one simple concept. One. And if you can remember this and always keep it in the back of your mind when you're doing things, you will be successful. Okay. So pay very close attention to what I'm about to say word for word, and just remember this simple concept. People have problems and you are trying to solve them. That is it. There is nothing else to sales or marketing. Okay. And if you want to take it one step further, okay, in the CPA marketing world, I'm looking for the easiest problem so that I can provide the easiest solution. Okay. That is really what it is. For me, okay, if I go into Max Bounty, and this is just an example, okay, if I go to Max Bounty and I look at some of their top offers here, and all of these are problems, are they not? Personal loan, somebody needs money, that's a problem. This offer could solve it. Just Answer. This is a website where you can go type a question and get an answer from an expert. People have problems, they go type it there, you can solve it. Nutrisystem, somebody's looking to lose weight. They have a problem, they want to lose weight. You have a solution here. It's this offer. You can tell people to go get that offer. So all of these that you're looking at are solutions to people's problems. So what you need to think in your mind is, what's the easiest path here? What is the easiest way for me to solve somebody's problem? Because if I'm going to look at this Noom weight loss trial, right, I literally have to get somebody to put their credit card in. That's hard. That's hard to somebody who doesn't know me. I'm literally going to run an ad on Microsoft or Google. I'm going to tell somebody, you want to lose weight? Go get a free trial from Loom. They don't know my website. They don't know who I am. That's a hard problem to solve, right? It doesn't mean weight loss is a hard problem to solve. It means that this offer might solve somebody's problem, but it's hard. It's going to be hard. For me, that's going to be hard. I'm sure there's lots of people out there in the CPA space that would crush a weight loss problem. Okay. Whereas Inbox Dollars over here, okay, here is a solution to a problem. People want to earn extra cash online, you know? Well, how do I get paid on this? How do people get access to the solution? So Inbox Dollars pays people to read emails and take surveys. New users receive $5 just for joining. I mean, that's a great solution. All you got to do is fill out some surveys. You're going to get paid. Okay. The action is paid on pubs can't send more than 1,000 clicks a day. So conversion, please submit a pre-lander. Well, it's not really giving me, let's just look into this here. I don't know what mine says rejected. Maybe I ran out of the past and they hated my traffic. I don't know. The reality is, the second that somebody puts in their email address, their password, and presses the sign up button, I just got paid. I don't know about you. Seems like a pretty easy problem, easy solution to a problem. All I got to do is tell somebody that they can earn money on a survey, and I will get paid the second that they put their information in here. They'll get $5. I don't know about you. That's a pretty easy solution to a problem, right? So yeah, do I want to look at the fact that, okay, this EPC is not 25% of 240? Fine. That might not be the best or whatever. I don't even remember the guidelines I gave you. I don't sit there and remember them all day long. But the reality is, this is a very simple page. Okay. Now, I would avoid something if I came in and I saw the network EPC and it was like 2 cents. That to me means the offer is crap. But 30 cents, I mean, it's probably, you can probably take that number and multiply it by 2, because an EPC across the network is determined by all the clicks Max Bounties gets. And Max Bounty gets clicks for display, for native. Native ads are just crap. You pay like a penny a click. So somebody might send 1,000 clicks through a native ad and get like 2 conversions. And that drives the EPC down hard, right? So you might see 30 cents here and be like, I don't know, well, whatever. But the reality is it might actually be getting a ton of clicks. And let's do some math on that, okay? So if I bring up this Excel spreadsheet here, and let's say this survey offer got native clicks. It had 1,000 native clicks. Let's just say it had 10,000 native clicks and it had 1,000 search, okay? And out of those 1,000 search clicks, you get paid what? $2.40. So let's say on 1,000 clicks of the offer, this offer converted at 25%, okay? 25% conversion rate, 0.25. And it pays 2.40, right? That means if my math is right, you take 1,000 times this times the payout, and you get $600. And now my EPC is equal to 60 cents. Do you see what I'm getting at? 25% conversion rate. Let me just make this all bigger for you guys actually too. Okay. Conversion rate is 25%. The payout is 240. That means the earnings is 600 and the EPC is 60 cents. Okay. On that same on the same thing, a native ad, I mean, that might convert like 2% of the time. Okay. Same thing, $2.40. Okay. You make $480 out of 10,000. Look at the EPC, 5 cents. Okay. 5 measly cents. Now, if I sum this up, the 480 plus the 600, and I divide that by the 11,000 clicks, that means the EPC is like 10 cents. So the network EPC would be 10 cents, but I know that the search EPC is 60. This is just an example, but this can happen because in my experience, a good, easy to fill out offer converts at 25% or higher, sometimes even 40 to 50%. Okay. And so when you're running crappier verticals of traffic, now you might say, well, why would anybody run that? Because those 10,000 clicks might have actually only cost this person $1,000. Okay. So they only spent 1,000 to make 500, but if they converted at 4%, now they're at break even, right? Because they just spent $1,000 to make $1,000. And the EPC is 9 cents, which is crap overall. But for that traffic source, it wasn't bad. Okay. So that is how this industry works. So you can't just sit here and be like, Sean gave a guideline and this, that, and the other thing. When the reality is, if this was a 60-cent EPC, that would mean it was 25%, right? So what I'm trying to get at is I want you guys to look at simple offers, right? Simple offers that are easy to fill out and just run with it. Just run with it. I can tell you right now that there are offers out there that exist. For example, I don't know, actually, let me see here if they still run this disability guide offer. Okay, they don't. They used to have an offer called disability guide. So right now we have, okay, let's see if they have another one. Disability. Maybe this one. Okay. Anyways. There used to be this offer. Let's see if it's out there. Disability guide. It was on Max Money forever. I can't believe it's gone. That's like an OG of disability offers. Disabilityguide.com. Okay. And this offer right here. Yeah. This offer right here. Okay. Still running. I guess they're just not on Max Bounty anymore. Would pay $10. And it had an EPC of like $1.20, something like that. But when I ran it on Google, I was getting $3 EPC. Okay. It's getting triple what you would see there. Why? Well, it's not that difficult of a form to fill out. You get paid. It has to be something like you can't already be seeing a lawyer and you got to be under 65. And there's all these requirements. But, the reality is it paid a little bit more. And I had $3 EPC. It was a lot higher than what Max Bounty showed. So oftentimes you can get double or triple the EPC you're seeing right here. Okay. So another good category, and I know that they say not approved, and we'll talk about that in a second, but another good category that works really well is insurance. Okay. And if you sort by the EPC here, you see this Allstate home insurance quote, or even Next Insurance online quotes for your small business. I don't know about that one, the health coverage. This one that's $7.60 a lead says $8 network EPC. I guarantee you can get 250 plus on that. Okay. I just know the space. I know a lot of the spaces. And so the reality is you can almost take the EPC you see there and multiply it by 2 or 3. And so if you have a little simple survey submit that you can probably get 80, 90 cent EPC on, I know in the survey niche, you can get 20, 30 cent clicks. And I know at scale, you can get 40% opt-in rate. It's not going to be hard to spend 70 cents, 80 cents a lead to make 80 to 90 cents. And the reality is you're not trying to make a boatload of money on the front end. And we'll get into that this week when we talk about email. You're trying to sort of like break even, maybe make a couple bucks, maybe lose a couple bucks. In my business at scale, on the number one business I actually lose 20% on the front end. So I'll take 1,000 leads in a day. I pay $4 a lead. I'll spend 4,000 for those leads, and I might only make like 3,200, 3,300 bucks every single day. So I'll lose like 600, 700, 800 bucks. But I get so many leads, and I mail the crap out of them, and I'll make a couple grand on that niche. So I might lose 700 a day, but I might make 2,300, and now I'm up 1,600. Okay. That's sort of the name of the game long-term that we're thinking about. We're not trying to spend $1 to make $3 on the ads. We're trying to spend like $1 to make $1, to make $1.10, to make 90 cents. We're trying to just get around close to break even, take a ton of leads in and mail the heck out of them. Okay. So that's sort of my thought process on that. So when I was looking earlier, because I didn't want to cheat, but like I didn't want to like spend a million hours on this webinar trying to hunt down an offer. I started to look at the ones that I was approved to run on, because everyone's like, oh, I can't get approved to run. I mean, guys, I'm going to talk about that in a second, okay, on how you can get approved to run. But like I started looking at approved to run, and I was going category by category, and I was like, oh, BizOp. I remember doing that back in the day, and it was pretty good. So what do they have here? So a couple things they have here. They have some lead submit offers. Here's one that's like $1.80 a lead. We're going to talk about that one. And then they have some of these other ones that are actual video courses. And I'm actually going to show you like ClickBank in a second here too, because that's another good place to find offers that could sell on the back end. So I was looking at, not this one, price cut. I was looking at the Retire with Freedom one, and pays $1.80 a lead. It's got 45 cents. So it's exactly 25%. It allows search. I'm approved. Awesome. Okay. So all I would do here to get my tracking link is build the tracking link. I would select search. I would select raw. Boom. There's my link. Okay. And then what I like to do from here is I just start to look at the page itself. What does this thing look like? Okay. It's blue. It asks for name and email. What does it look like on mobile? More tools, developer tools. Horrible. I don't know why they don't have the form above the fold. They should literally have this. I should reach out to them and tell them to put the get started today above right here, living the good financial freedom. Then their form should be there. So I should give them some consulting advice, but that probably hurts the EPC a little bit for everyone. But anyways, I start to look at it and I'm like, okay, it's pretty easy, right? It's like name, email, phone, and like, when do they want to be called? So that's going to be a very easy form to get paid on. And so my brain is starting to go in a way of like, all right, well, this is going to be quite a easy offer to create pages around. Okay. I don't need to overcomplicate it. Okay. So before I continue, guys, does this make sense? Type a yes if this makes sense. Type a no if it makes sense. Yes, 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 exactly. The point I'm trying to make is like, don't overthink it. Don't try to apply every last little guideline. I remember somebody wrote in, they literally claimed this. I looked at every offer at Max Bounty. No way you did that. But I looked at every offer at Max Bounty and I could only find 2 that met Sean's guidelines. I was like, okay, well, fine, I guess. But like, man, are you really just like, that's it? There's nothing like, we lied to you. There's no, like, offers don't work. Of course they work, right? So, the reality is use the guidelines for what they are. Keep in mind the concept of marketing. Simple and easy, problem, solution. Here's a solution to a problem. People are looking to make money. Here's an easy solution. It's a very simple to get paid form. You get paid $1.80 for somebody just simply entering this in. And then from there, if you really want to think outside of the box, because here's what's going to happen. I'm going to do this webinar. I'm going to make these pages, and a bunch of you are going to be lazy. and you're going to go copy my pages exactly. You're going to take the exact keywords I show you, and you're going to think, well, Sean made the page exactly like this. They ran the keywords exactly like this, is going to be successful. The reality is there's no saturation unless every single one of you does the exact same thing that I do and uses the exact same keyword, right? There are literally probably hundreds of thousands of make money online keywords. So everyone watching this could get in the make money online space, and you'll all likely, statistically speaking, find different keywords. But if you copy every last thing that I do, and like 300 of you, for example, are out there with the exact same page and the exact same keyword and the exact same offer, all you're literally going to do is drive the price up of that keyword, right? That's not trying to scare you. Please don't go, well, Sean said this is saturated and I'm scared now. Don't twist my words. What I'm saying is if we all did the exact same thing, same pages, same offer, same keywords, that in theory would drive pricing up and hurt us all. But if we did the same niche with different offers and different, you can actually all use the same offer, but like different pages with the same offer, but different keywords. If I'm running keyword A and you're running keyword B, we're not competing with each other, and we have our own real estate space, right? And no, we're not going to be able to go like all like agree not to run on these keywords, but there's like hundreds of thousands of keywords out there in the make money space. So statistically speaking, the odds of us all choosing the same keyword is extremely low, probably better chance of getting hit by lightning. But the reality is what I would propose you do is take the concepts I'm given and go apply it to your own niche. If you want to do the make money online niche, I know a bunch of you will. Don't come back and shoot me later and say it didn't work, because I know a bunch of you are going to go out there and copy my stuff and do it exactly the same way. And that's a good way to fail. All right. But from there, okay, we're going to try the make money online niche. I've talked about this as well. I would go over to OfferVault. I would literally type in category BizOp. All right. And I would look at the payout. I would sort by highest to lowest. All right. I don't want to do these high, like $220 offers, because those are going to require a sale. And I would be like, all right, well, let's see what else is here. Okay. We got an unemployment guide from Max Bounty. Apparently they have an offer. Get rehired. The pipeline method. Interesting. I could use a job. So we could click on that. Oh, I remember this one. This is, I ran that offer back in the day, and it's not that great. But you could start coming here, okay? And we could start looking at, why did the payout go away? All right. We could start looking at offers, survey jobs from Max Bounty's got some survey offers. We could try that. MBS Media, BizOp, My Survey Jobs, CPL. So let's open that. Click Ad Network, Earn from Home Job Gigs. This one pays $2, okay? And so we can literally just go click the run offer button and apply to MVS Media, and go click the run offer button and you know, apply to Clicks Ads or whatever. Okay. It's not that hard to do. And some of them are going to say, no, screw you. You're new. I don't trust you. I'm not applying. I'm not letting you in my network. And someone will be like, yeah, come on in. All right. So that's really all it goes to. Okay. Here, this is, you get paid, I guess, when somebody clicks the register button. You know, do you enjoy movies? They ask a couple questions. And I guess you're probably going to get paid when somebody enters in their email. Okay. So that seems like a relatively easy thing to get somebody to do. You can also go to AF Plus. Don't just stick with Max Bounty. I'm trying to show you guys I get all these questions about Max Bounty, and I wonder if anybody out there ever just applied to another network yet. And I've been saying it for weeks. And it's just like, you know, think outside the box. Oh, Max Bounty sucks. Okay, we'll go to other networks. You know, there's lots of networks out there. So you can literally come out to here and, actually, just go to verticals and type in BizOp there and get rid of the search. Okay. And BizOp. Let's see what's on here. Sort by price. I'm going descending. So we go from, sorry, ascending. So we go from cheapest to most expensive here. Okay. Here we go. I could use a job. Clicks Adv. What a stupid name. Can't even pronounce it. Clicks Adv is on here. Dynamic Ads. Okay, I never heard of them. Ads Main. I could use a job. So they got the same offer but more money. Okay. I could use a job.com display. Max Bounty's got it for $3. Want a new career today. Max Bounty. Okay. Bitcoin profit. I would stay away from crypto. Online biz coach. Okay, $1.40, but it might convert a lot better. So again, you can just look at it. You can click on the run the offer. Go apply to this network, offer green line media. Why not? Give it a try. Don't know why they don't seem to give you a, they don't seem to give you, I don't really use AF Plus that much. It's a little bit of a newer site, but they don't seem to give you a preview of a Cash Network. That's a really good company for BizOps stuff, by the way. They don't seem to give you a preview of the actual offer itself. But, you know, you're getting paid $1.60 lead submit. It's going to be like name, email kind of thing. Okay. So step one, right? Find offer. In this case, we're doing BizOp. Why? Easy, submit offer, simple to get paid, provides users with an easy solution to a problem. Make money. All right, nice and easy. This thing could apply to anything. Rent to own, simple form. They fill out, they get access to homes. You're trying to help people find a home. You know, it's not that hard. Okay. So that's the step one. Step two, research, competition. All right. So what's everyone else doing? So now I like to go out to Bing and I'm just going to type in a random keyword, make money online. That's what this is, right? And I'm going to see what ads are popping up. I'm going to do the same thing on Google. Even though we're not running ads on Google, it's still good to see what kind of ads people are running. Make money online. And let's close the question box here. Let's see. Markets fronts. I'm just going to open up a bunch just to get some ideas on pages. I'm going to obviously get some ideas on the page of the offer itself. Okay. I'll probably want to use some blues and stuff in the page I'm going to build. But I want to see, like, what is everybody else doing here? I'm going to type in a bunch of stuff. Life transformation. Okay. Laptop lifestyle. Let's see what some of these look like. All right. Don't really like the look of this website. There's a lot going on here. It's probably not an affiliate. This one seems very easy. Again, I don't know if it's an affiliate. It could be. And the way you find out is you could literally just look at the website's called lifetransformation.org. So if I opt in, which I don't want to give people my real name and phone number. Okay. And click the free information button. Thank you for requesting info. It seems like it's just this individual's website. Okay. So I probably wouldn't want to build a page off that. Passyourchallenge.com. Okay, cool. This is interesting. This is like a really big page, though. Probably with somebody, motivated traders. So a little bit of a different space altogether. This is a website itself. Here's another very simple form. This is quite interesting, actually. It's very similar to the laptop lifestyle. That's interesting. So they might be promoting like some sort of system, because the last person had the similar website. So I'm just going to note this in the back of my mind for when we get to the keyword research part of things. Okay. I'm going to reveal a secret tool today that we're going to train more on in the coming weeks, but you'll see how it helps. Okay. Okay. So let's see, the Home Wealth Academy, Wi-Fi Millionaire. See what these guys are doing. Look at this. We found an affiliate. See, it's possible. Okay. This is clearly an affiliate of some sort because it's a pre-sale funnel. Earn money from home. Okay. So this is what I like to do. I like to start making notes of the pages now. So here's a page that we can maybe copy. Do you have an extra minute to work from home? No matter what, I click no, and they still take me to the same question. How much do I want to earn per day? I want to earn this much. Would you like to access the work from home system? Even if I click no, they're still going to show me the system. You see that? It's the same thing. It doesn't matter what answer I gave. I go to the same spot. Now, I enter my email here, and I likely just got paid. I likely just made this person a couple bucks, $1.50 or something. And then the back end is they have some sort of video here that they're going to get paid on if somebody, actually joins this copy my free $500 per day system. Okay. You can see here, it redirected to another domain. That's how you know that was an affiliate. Okay. The domain was homewealthacademy.com. After opt-in, we went to auto income sites. All right. So this person is doing a similar business model that we want to do. And so is this one. Look at this. Another one. Okay. So I know the next question is going to be, well, what if I don't find people like that? And that's fine. If you're doing something in the insurance business, you might not find affiliates. We've walked through that. If you didn't find an affiliate, for example, let's say you were doing, health insurance, say like cheap health insurance or something. And I give this example in a webinar and in training, but you could not find an affiliate that had a page that looked like this, where you're like, okay, this is clearly an affiliate. All you do is just open up a couple as well that are running ads and like see what they're doing and what kind of questions they're asking, and design your own pre-sale page based off not affiliates, but advertisers. These guys are still spending a lot of money. So what kind of colors are they using? What kind of questions are they asking? This is, and go through there. Benepath. Okay. This is for getting leads for health insurance. Affordable health care. Get the latest negotiated rate. I don't know why I'm getting healthcare, cheap healthcare. Perfect. That's better. I was getting a lot of like healthcare lead companies. That was interesting. So, okay. Boom. This is great. I don't know if it's probably not an affiliate. It actually might be. Web hosting by lionheart.net. US health insurance.online. It could actually be an affiliate just based on the .online, like, because a real company usually would use a .com or .net. But anyways, let's say this wasn't an affiliate. Well, what are they doing? Well, they have below there, you can see they have like screenshots of the partners they work with. They have this family, nice looking family here. Colors are blue. So, you could take note of that. Okay. I might make some notes here. Okay. Like blue colors, asking zip code, right? We could say, okay, health partner logos. All right. Nothing special on this website. And we can go back and try and find somebody else here. So we got sunshinehealth.com. What kind of questions are they going to ask? No, this is a terrible website. Someone needs to work with them on improving their website. It's just not going to convert very well just looking at it. All True Health Share. Okay, what kind of questions are they asking? View memberships. All right, well, this, I guess, I don't know. You just sign up and pay. I don't know much about the American healthcare system. I'm just getting used to it. Let's keep going. Insure away Obamacare quotes. Get a quote. All right. Not good. All right. But again, I'm just looking for people that are asking like questions like we do. All right. Tate Insurance Group. Yeah, it's just not asking the questions I want to ask. The other way to go about it is just to look at the offer itself, right? If I was to go in and look at a healthcare offer, okay, let me just go here, sort by low EPC to high. Or actually, I can sort by the pay per lead to get ones that are actual, like, where is the one? Okay, perfect, actually. I'm just looking for one of those ones that was like an actual like Medicare kind of plan. Okay, maybe it's not under the health. It's probably under the insurance category, actually, then. Yeah. Perfect. Affinity health coverage, right? So I could just see what they're doing. Okay. They're also asking for a zip code. What question? Do you have health insurance? Yes or no? So I could start questions. Do you have health insurance? Okay. Yes/no. So I just start making notes here, right? What are my competitors doing? Again, I would copy this page and be like, if this is the offer that comes after my opt-in, wouldn't it make sense to make sure that my colors were kind of blue? Maybe I had orange buttons. So when people do opt in, they go to the offer, it's a congruent experience, right? It doesn't look completely different. Okay. So we've done a little bit of research. I found a couple pages that I want to mimic, which was this Wi-Fi millionaire one. We have this Home Wealth Academy one. I'm just going to close some windows down. We have this Retire with Freedom, the offer itself. Okay. And so now we're going to go into flow funnels. We're going to make a page. Right. And we're going to create a page here, blank page. And we're going to call this Freedom Step 1. Why not? It's called Freedom. It's based, I'm going to run a retirement freedom offer. I'm going to call the URL Freedom. You know, makes sense. What I just did there doesn't actually matter, though, by the way. Call it whatever the hell you want. I'm going to add a column in. And I'm going to look at what these two guys are doing. They both have a headline of like $500 per day from home. No previous experience required. No qualifications required. $250 per day. Okay. What I actually like is being weird. Okay. So I'm actually going to create a headline. And my headline is going to say, stupid thing. This is actually, I've used this before, and this page converts like gangbusters. Want to earn up to $377 per day from home. Okay. Just going to color this in red. No rhyme or reason. At the end of the day, one thing I just want to add here quickly, you can pick whatever colors you want, and then you run the ads and you get, let's say, a 30% opt-in rate. The next thing you do is you're going to start testing colors maybe. So this red, you might think it's great. And then you test green and you're like, wow, green converts even better. And you go with green. You just don't know when you start. It's a best guess. It's like I'm throwing this dart at the dartboard and I'm trying to hit the bullseye as best I can. And so I'm going to look at like, what are other people doing? Well, this guy's got some red in there. And this guy's got fully on red. So maybe even actually, I like what he's doing here. I'm going to just make this all black. But I'm going to bold and italicize and underline $377 per day. And I am going to make it this deeper red here. Boom. Okay. I'm going to center this guy. And there you go. Want to earn up to $377 per day from home. I want to just be picky because I think it's a little bit too, close to the top. I might give it some padding. I move it a little bit down. It's not like right along the top. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. Next, they both say no experience required, no experience required. All right. Perfect. So why not add that? What a concept. Just see what other people are doing. Swipe it, improve it, and deploy it, right? I'm not creative. I'm just not. I've done millions in this space, and I am the least. I can't even draw a stick figure. I remember one time I found some like old work from grade 2, and like my writing looks the same. Like I'm just horrible. I can't. It's just not in me, right? So I'm going to add this text and put like no previous start today. No previous experience required. I literally ran a landing page like this. Now this is bringing back memories when I was in my MLM, and it crushed it, like absolutely crushed it on, it just crushed it. So much so the company stole it and started running it themselves. They didn't steal it, but they just ran it, right? So we could run something like that. Look at that. Maybe make that a little bit bigger. It's a little too small for my liking. Perfect. Okay. Want to earn up to $377 per day from home. Start today. No previous experience required. Okay. We don't need this step 1, step 2, this fancy dancy, like as seen on. I wouldn't even do an as seen on, to be honest with you. They clearly were not as seen on. That is misleading. So you would want to avoid featured on, unless I guess the offer afterward was featured on CNN. You don't need this fancy money background, like we don't need to do any of that crap. Okay. So none of that is required. What is nice is to have next. Okay. Maybe we'll add a column next, and we'll make the background of this column blue. What is the background here? By the way, guys, I'm not a huge fan. It's on my list of things. I'm not the biggest fan of this layout myself. I think it can use some improvement as well. So we're open to criticism here, but find it hard myself even to find like to do the decorating and things like that. So I'm with you there. Okay. I'm with you. We hear you. But what I like to do is I'm going to take this exact same blue here. I'm going to use my color picker. If you don't know what that is, it's in a previous video. Just Google color picker Chrome extension. And this little drop allows me to hover over and get the exact color of this blue. Come on, work for me. Or this blue. There we go. Okay, so copied it. I go back to flow funnels, and paste it in the background color. And now my blue is the exact same. You see that? It's pretty cool, right? Although it didn't say it for some reason. Paste, enter, save. There we go. All right. Okay. Now, what we can do is I think it's the margin. No, the padding. Yeah, the padding. Let's do like a 500 padding. There we go. So now we have this defined area. Okay. And I might want to add a little padding here. So the defined area is a little bit below my headline. Okay. All I'm doing is going to the padding here. Padding is your friend to sort of move stuff up and down. Okay. Or margin. Play around margin or padding. I never know. I have a dev, full transparency, guys. I can make these pages based on my experience of years of doing this. I didn't always have a development team, but I have a dev team where I'm like, hey, Madhav, make this page. And then he goes and makes it, you know? So like, I'm not out there sitting here making pages every day by myself, but I do know how to make them. And honestly, if you don't have, unless you want to do website coding, this is about as simple as it gets. Okay. So now we're going to ask a question here. So we're going to go back to the little, I don't know what you would call this thing, the open blocks, I guess it's called. And we're going to add a text. And I don't know why it's like all the way down here. That's annoying. So maybe you don't want to put a padding on the box yet. We'll add the padding later. So let me go to the text here and we're going to say, what's the first question this person asked? Would you like to create a steady cash flow? Do you have an extra 30 minutes per day? I like that one. Do you have 30, let's say 20 to 40 minutes per day to, what does he say? To work from home. The comfort to work from home. Okay. I can't see this thing, so I'm going to bold it. I'm going to change the color to white. I'm going to center it and let's make the size a little bit more. Okay. Boom. You have 20 to 40 minutes today to work from home. We're going to add that little button guy in here. Guys, I just want to throw this out there. I am just as shitty at making pages as most of you. Okay. So I didn't practice this. I wanted to do this cleanly. When I make those videos, obviously, do you want training videos where I struggle to make a page for an hour? That's not going to look good, right? So we make the videos. It's condensed. I wish you guys could see the editing floor of some of my videos. There's a lot of swear words in them. And then if something doesn't work on the page, I'll like pause the video and go yell at the development team, be like, what the hell? When I say yell, I don't actually yell, but you know what I mean? I'll be like, guys, this doesn't work. What's going on? You know? But you know, some of the frustrations you have, I can have too. But honestly, I hate like ClickFunnels is cleaner. It's been around for a long time. I hate that thing. It is so hard to use. So, you know, I don't think whatever page builder you go out and get is going to be easy out the get-go. They'll all have some learning curves, you know, so embrace it. I'm not telling you to create some fancy ass page here. We're literally like headlines, some colors, a couple buttons, you know what I mean? Like, doesn't need to be fancy. So, you know, just wanted to sort of throw that one out there. And it's freaking button. Oh yeah, you got to do the auto, right? Let me see if I can get this one right. Did I do it right? It doesn't look like I did it right. Can anybody tell me how to center the button in the chat? Oh God, maybe it's is it the width and the height? I'm just put everything on auto here. And then I'm going to go and read in the chat on how to center this damn button. And remember, it is not the easiest of things. Let's see. I'm going to read the Q&A. Doing this live, guys. Margin auto, margin auto. I'm getting a lot of margin auto. All right. Margin auto it is. And it's on the actual column too. Okay. So let's get rid of this, and this. And so it's auto and auto, but it didn't do it. Somebody tell me what I'm doing wrong. Click on the button. Okay. That's the one. All right. Thank you. See? You guys are better than me already at this thing. All right. Auto. And I think it's auto. No? You bastard. Ah, we got her. All right. And I think it's right and left. There we go. A miracle. That needs to be fixed, and we will fix it because that is stupid. Okay. Thank you, everyone. So I'm going to put a little bit of padding there between the headline. God, what a stupid thing that is. And we're going to change this to yes. Button. Actually, I just type in the button now. I remember that. Yes. Okay. And we're going to make the font size bigger. Maybe like 32. And I think let's make the width of the button a little bit more, maybe like 200. Here we go. And we'll change the, well, what do they use here? They don't really have buttons, but I like red. Let's see what red does in the background here. Does red look good on the blue? Maybe yellow. Yellow looks kind of good, actually. Let's just go with yellow. Why not? And then the text color. So we'll go with that. And the text color will be white. No, that's not going to work. That's the border. I don't want a border. So we're going to get rid of that. And the button color is, there we go. White, black. Let's go with black. Okay. Perfect. Horrible experience. I get that. We'll fix that. I don't like it as much as you don't like it, but it's not that hard. Once I knew how to center the damn thing. So the next thing I do is go to the settings. I'm literally I know I'm going to call the next one step 1. So I'm going to go to HTTPS. And I got a new domain here. It's going to be on responsivemarketplace.com. That was my version of a generic domain. /freedom step 2. Because I know that when this button's click, I'm going to create a step 2 page. Okay. So that's that. Now I'm going to duplicate this button. I'm going to add some padding on the button, maybe 20. Nope, not padding. Margin on the top. There we go. So now we have maybe 30. Okay. I'm going to change that to say no. And now from here, I'm going to see how to make there we go. So it's the padding there. Okay. And from here, maybe add some padding on the top as well. If somebody's going to ask the question, what's the difference between margin and padding? This and that and the other thing. And I'll be like, guys, I don't know. I just guess half the damn time on which one I should be using. All right. So some sort of margin and padding there has made it look like that. I mean, honest to God, it's fine, right? I mean, pretty simple. I couldn't figure out, I forgot how to center the button, but beyond that, you know, you're looking at somebody who has somebody build pages for him from scratch and probably hasn't used ClickFunnels and ePages in years. So I'm using this a lot as you guys are. So we have a headline and a question that we've sort of sniped from somebody else, but we've improved it a little bit, made it our own, put our own spin on it. We're using colors from the Retire with Freedom. And now we're going to add like a little below the fold section. I mean, we might want to see if we could go to Google, for example. Maybe we go like type in like freedom or something, you know, in the images and see if we can find like, you know, some happy people, freedom, people just being happy about being free, financial freedom. There we go. Well, that's like older people. This one looks pretty good. See if we can like save the image. Now go back here, add another column below, and let's add the image into it. And let's, can I drop it in? It's gonna work. Look at that. I like when things just work. And let's see if we can center that. Center it. Oh my God, the center button. What a freaking concept. Now this is probably a little bit bigger than I'd like it to be. So maybe something like that. Or we could even, we could even drag in like a list item here. And maybe this is the image. Perfect, actually. Sorry, I'm just deleting some stuff here, clean things up. Okay, perfect. Don't really need this button. Be like, yeah, maybe even above this column here, I could add a headline of some sort. Retire with freedom. Retire with freedom. Okay. And I want to push this stuff below the fold. It's just way too, let's do some padding here. Boom. So it's probably way below the fold now. There it is. Retire with freedom. All right. And then from there, I'm going to grab this text and I'm going to paste it here and hope the paste button works. There we go. And let's go with, how the hell do I center this thing? I don't know why. I was just dragging a text box of some sort, maybe. There we go. There we go. Okay. I'm just going to change the wording. After years of hard work in the 9-to-5 rat race, it's time for you to enjoy success. Unfortunately, stats show that many individuals will not have the cash flow to truly enjoy the freedom and lifestyle that they want and deserve. So, what are your choices? Do you really want to spend I'm just making some stuff up, guys, the rest of your life working in the corporate rat race? Do you want to really get a second job? We both know the answer to that is no. Why not consider a work from home opportunity? The make money from home space is exploding in 2023, and we have a great opportunity for you. I think I spelled something wrong here. If I spelled something else wrong, it doesn't matter. Let's pretend that you did everything right and you spelled everything properly. Let's just create whatever Arial size, make this like 20. No, that's too big. How about like 14, 16? Okay, delete this crap. Delete this. Perfect. Look at that. Okay. Grab some more of this text. I don't know why it doesn't let you right click and paste. You got to paste it by hand. That's stupid. Sorry. Complete the form on this page and above, and or complete the questionnaire, let's say. Complete the questionnaire on this website and let us match you with the best work from home opportunities available. Okay. Boom. Done. Okay. Can you see how easy that is, guys? I mean, what will we do that for like 10 minutes? I mean, do you guys think, like, I don't know about you, but I don't know how we can make it any easier. Sure, could we make the centering of the button better? But like, could we add a spell check? I mean, no page builder has a spell check. I mean, unless like some of the things we get asked, it's like, do you just want like a robot? We'll build you a robot to fly out to your house and do it for you. I mean, this is something you just have to like suck it up, right? That's the best way I can put it. You just got to suck it up and do it. Yeah, there's a little bit of technicality to it, but I just did it in like 10 minutes. Okay. It's not that challenging. And the last thing we're going to add here is a navigation bar. I don't really look. I'm going to add the navigation bar here, but like, okay, fine. We'll do one. We'll do the nav bar. I'll do it properly. I was like, I don't want to do it, but I'm going to run ads to this thing. So I better do it properly. I don't want to spend any more time on this on the page. So we have privacy policy, and we have terms of service, contact. Okay. Click the box, go to the settings, and on the href, I'm going to do mail to, and let's just assume I have programs at, what did I call this damn thing? Responsivemarketplace.com. Okay. And then my terms of service is going to be responsivemarketplace.com/terms. Okay. My privacy policy is going to be responsivemarketplace.com/privacy. Okay. And if you really want, you can do a duplicate here. And instead of a link, you can just get rid of the link. And I'm just going to say copyright 2023. All rights reserved. Responsive marketplace. Okay, I'm going to put a bunch of spaces on it so that it like goes more center with the page. I actually like having the bar like that. Look at that. Okay. Oh, done. Easy peasy. If you want, you can create a little bit of padding here as well so that you, maybe you don't want it here actually. You want margin. No. Trying to move this down more. One of these things will work. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. All right. So we're going to publish this thing. I'm going to save it on my responsivemarketplace.com. Look at that. That's just like a thing of beauty. It's a thing of beauty, right? Perfect. And then, I'm going to get out of here and we're going to go into pages. And I do have a privacy policy page somewhere. I'm not mistaken. There you go. Terms, privacy. I'm going to hit the duplicate button. And I'm just going to call it whatever, privacy 2, let's say. And we're going to go up here and we're going to edit it. And I don't know actually that I can. Oh, I can. Okay, good. Responsive marketplace. I wonder how you can change the name from privacy 2 now to just privacy. Let's see here. Maybe in the settings, probably not. I don't know if you can. Maybe if I go to here, unpublish. Let's do it. We'll do it together. I don't know. And we edit the page. No, I don't know how to change the name. I don't really think it matters that much. So we'll just leave it alone. Somewhere I'll make note of that. I have no idea how to change the name on top of my head. So we'll do that with the terms. We'll duplicate it. We'll call this terms 2. Okay. I'm going to go into it, edit it, publish it on the same website here. And what I'm going to need to do actually in here is I need to update the domain there. What do we got? Responsivemarketplace.com. I'm just literally going to search for anywhere I use the word insurance from my insurance finder. Okay. So I can update this. All right. That should be good enough. I'm even going to just change stacked media. I'll just leave stacked media. It's fine. It is technically my company. Okay. So perfect. The terms have been updated. I'm going to now go to the privacy. I'm going to update that too for anywhere that it says insurance or whatever. Because I didn't want to go through the privacy policy generator again. I just duplicated a page. My page before was for insurance finder. So I'm now making it for responsive marketplace. Okay. That's it. Marketplace.com. All right. That should do it. Perfect. Publish and publish. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Now I'm literally going to go back to my Freedom Step 1. I got to update those links now because I don't know how to change the name. So we're going to call this terms 2. And we're going to call this privacy 2 so that the links work. Click the publish button. See if they work. Okay, this goes to Freedom Step 2. I haven't created it yet. This goes to privacy 2. This goes to terms of service 2. This will open up an email for programs@responsivemarketplace.com. Everything works. Everything works. Everything's perfectly fine. Okay. Maybe this can go up a little bit, but I don't care. I'm not going to play around with it much longer. Now I'm just being a perfectionist. But if I want to go here, margin, see here the margin. Whatever. We're going to leave it alone. Okay. I want this to be closer to the headline. Okay, that could work. Let's see what that looks like. There you go. That's a little bit better. Maybe make it a little bit more. Now I'm just being ridiculous. All right, let's mention we got -10. I thought that worked before. Whatever. I don't want to spend any more time on it. Okay, you get the point. So Freedom Step 1 page is created. Now I'm going to go to duplicate and create a Step 2. Freedom Step 2. Okay. And we're going to go in and we're going to edit that. And this headline stays the same. And now let's see what the next questions are. So yes, how much would you like to make on a daily basis? And this person says, how much would you like to earn per day? Right. So let's ask the same question. Makes sense to do that, doesn't it? How much would you like to earn each day? Okay. And this we're going to change to, what do they ask? They ask 100, 500, 1,000. I like giving ranges. So let's say, 50 to 100, 100 to 500. Okay, these are now going to go to Step 3. So I'm changing the links on them. I'm going to duplicate this. And I'm going to change this to say 500 to 1,000. And the link should be the same, Step 3. Well, look at that. Publish on responsivemarketplace.com. And now we have a second page. And I spelled each day wrong. Each day. I bet you if I spelled that wrong though, and I ran ads to it, that it would totally still convert. Although Microsoft doesn't like bad grammar, so it's always best to spell things properly. But if I now go to responsive marketplace / freedom step 1, these buttons will take me to the next page. Okay, just that simple. And then finally, I'm going to get out of here and I'm going to duplicate step 2 here. And we'll call this one step 3. And now I am going to go into edit it. And I am going to delete this. And instead, we're going to be like, congratulations. Congratulations. You have a match. Okay. And let's see what they say afterwards. So $100. Yeah. Let's hit that goal. Okay. They say, let's hit that goal. They ask 3 questions. I don't need to. Let's see what they say. Please read on the next page. Okay. So it just goes on and on and on. Mine says, congratulations, you have a match. Please enter your, I like to say this, best. I need to underline it even too. Details below to get started. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to SendPad. Okay. I'm not going to go through this whole rigmarole, but pretend that I have a domain set up for responsivemarketplace.com. Okay, just pretend that I'm doing that. Okay, I'm going to use sendpadsean.com here, but pretend that I have that just to save us some time. I'm going to go to forms. I'm going to create a form. I'm going to call this form Make Money Online Microsoft form. Click creates. I don't necessarily know that we even need a header or anything. Name, email, don't need a phone. And I like a submit button here. Let's go with yellow. Let's just I even grab the color from, shoot. Let me just publish this here quickly. I'm going to grab the color from another page. Okay, the color picker. Get this yellow here. I'm going to try and build my SendPad button the same way. Press the enter button and did that silly thing. Is that right? That looks, well, it looks terrible there, but it might look fine. So we'll leave that. We're going to say get access now. I like that one. We'll see how it looks. Apparently you can't change the hover, it looks like, but whatever. So there's that. And then we're going to, the thank you message is going to go to a custom URL, and it's going to go to, we'll call this Freedom Processing. Okay. And we're going to click publish, and we're going to get this code, and we're going to go back in, and we're going to grab the SendPad form. And we're going to paste that code, and we're going to save it. And we're going to wonder why it doesn't look good on here. What the hell happened? Lovely. Middle of a webinar when that happened. Okay. Let me go back here and see if I did something wrong. I don't think I did. Let's go with, okay. Grab in a column maybe, and paste the SendPad code within the column. Let's see if that one works. iframed. Okay, it looks like I pasted it properly. Let's see if it publishes on the page. Gosh, that's got to be frustrating. Okay, let's pretend I have a form that works here. And, you know, let's just pretend I have a form that works here when they opt in. All right. There's nothing I'm going to do on a live webinar. That's just how it is. I don't know why it's not working, but it is what it is, right? So anyways, maybe is there somebody in the Q&A box that can see something I might have done wrong, or, you know, is it just kind of is what it is? Worked in a different browser. Oh, I know what's happening here. I'm in an incognito, which is an issue still. 1 second here. 1 second, people. Let me just close all these and we'll get out of the incognito. I know what's happening here. It's not good, but it doesn't seem to work well in an incognito tab. Should work here. There we go. All right. So there you go. Okay. Good. Thank you. So we have that. We have the yellow button. I'm just going to go back now into the builder and center it. I know that's a known issue, but you know, here's the good thing. The amount of people that are actually clicking on an ad into an incognito window is going to be like 0. Okay. I was just in an incognito window. I'm used to doing it because I'm used to being in Canada, having to turn my VPN on. But, you know, you don't need to have, you don't need to be in an incognito to do the work I'm doing. Okay. Let's see if I can center this. There we go. Okay. So now it looks like this. Or it should look like it should be centered. Maybe give it a minute, cache to clear or something. You can see it wants to anyways. It'll center. Sometimes it takes a minute or two for the changes you make to actually go through and propagate through the system, but it'll center. Okay. And now what's going to happen here is I'm going to go back to SendPad. So that's good. It's been published. Save and exit this guy and create a list. We're going to call this MMO leads Microsoft. Okay. And we're going to, and actually I'm going to go back to the form and I'm going to actually set it so that the people go on to the MMO leads form. Okay. Boom. Just like that. Okay. And on that list, I think I got to send, do I got to send a sender profile? I'm going to select the profile and it's just going to be the SendPad Sean one. All right. And then I would go create an automation, which to save us time, I'm not really going to do because the video explains it and it's pretty self-explanatory. Okay. I don't want to go all afternoon going over stuff like that because that just go watch the training video on it. Okay. On that one. We're not going to do that today. So the last thing I need to do in this is create a processing page. So I'm going to just duplicate this one. Duplicate the page. We'll call this freedom processing, I think we called it. Freedom processing. Oh, okay, fine. Freedom process, that's fine. And we're gonna go edit it. I don't need this custom code. So is this the one that I have the header scripts? I don't have the header script. Okay, that's fine. Okay, cool. So I'm going to actually just publish this for a second, and then I'm going to go get the header script from another one. Perfect. And then we should be done. All right. Somewhere in one of these processing pages, I have the header script lying around. It's processing 2. Sorry, I've created a mess here of RTO processing too. I've created a mess of like pages that I've just tested the heck out of. And yeah, it's kind of just gotten all over the place. Maybe processing RTO too. Do I keep going to the same page? Ah, there we go. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So let's go here. I'm going to grab that. I'm going to grab the general scripts. I'm going to paste that there. And then I'm going to grab the max bounty link of the freedom. search raw, and we're going to copy this guy. And we're going to go back into here. I'm going to paste over google.com. And we're going to click save. And we're going to be very mad if it doesn't save, because I know that has been a thing too. Now, for some reason, it wants to redirect to google.com, even though you guys watched me. See, I have these same issues you guys see sometimes too, and it's a little bit annoying. But you know how I got around that? Okay, so if I paste the content code in there and for some reason it just didn't save the max bounty link, and you want to like punch a hole in your computer screen, because sometimes I want to do that too. What I do is the following. We're going to copy that. We're going to paste it in a text pad here. Okay, I'm going to grab that, and I'm just going to try and keep saving this. And hopefully it just eventually saves once or twice, or I'm just going to create a new page and it'll work on the new page. Let's see what happens here. Now it just deleted it. Gotta love it. All right. Create one from scratch. So I recommend you take the code and alter it on a text pad and then create the page. Okay. So we'll go with, I'm just gonna call this F processing. Okay. And now what should happen when I paste the script here is it should save. And I'm going to grab a headline. I'm going to grab a column. I'm going to grab a headline, and I'm going to call this processing. Okay. I'm going to click publish. And if the gods like me today, it'll work properly. And they don't. So I don't know why this thing, which I would really have liked to insert a lot of swear words there, isn't working and saving properly at the current moment in time. I can say that this has happened to me before, so it's a little annoying. But what we're going to have to just do is, let me just refresh here and see if it saves. Yeah, you guys can see it over and over and over again. So what I'm going to do here after, what do we start here? It's 12:29 p.m. I'm going to have the team watch the last 10 minutes and just see exactly how ridiculous that is, that doesn't save properly. It's just not, frankly, it's unacceptable that, this is happening. So I apologize. All I can really do. I wonder if maybe if it's because I'm doing it in an incognito window and that's the play. So let's maybe try that. And other than that, we're just going to move on because it really has no bearing on what I'm trying to accomplish here with this webinar this week. Okay. All right. Let's try one more time in a non-incognito. Perfect. You guys can see that. I'm not crazy. Click the save button. It says it's saved successfully. Let that green bar go down. Be patient. All right, it's disappeared. Cool. Let me go back into, I don't know what, look at that. Did that work? It erased it again. What the hell, right? That's got to be super frustrating. It's as frustrating for me as it is for you. It's just not acceptable. And you know what I would do? Just be quite frank, is I would open a ton of tickets. I would open a ticket. Every single one of you who's having this issue, go open a ticket, because that's going to put pressure on these guys to fix it. It's unacceptable. It is absolutely unacceptable that this is happening. So my apologies is all I can really say on that part. And when I get off this webinar, you can have my word that people will hear all about it. All right. Just unacceptable. I'm very upset right now. But anyways, nothing we can do. It was working when I had Google in there. It's not working now. And that is just unacceptable that I can't paste something here and have it not work. My code is 100% right. I'm just looking at it. There's nothing wrong with this code. Press the save button. I'm going to do it one last time and I'm going to give up. Sorry, guys. All right. So the backup plan, while you're waiting on that, though, is to take the max bounty link, forget the refresh page for a second, okay? And inside of SendPad, what we want to do on the form is we're going to edit the form. We're going to go here, and the custom URL page is now going to just be the max bounty offer. Yes, that means we're not technically going to be able to track leads in Microsoft at the current moment in time, but it's better than sitting on our hands and waiting around, right? So we're going to save that. I'm just going to publish it and re-edit the code because I made some changes. So I just want to make sure the code that I put on the page is going to match properly. Okay. So I don't actually know how to edit this code either. So I'm just going to delete this altogether. And I'm going to add in a new SendPad form code, paste it, save, click here, typography, center, publish. Okay. So if I go back here, other than that annoying part of the processing page just deciding it doesn't want to work to me live on a webinar, here's the page we created, Freedom Step 1, click yes, click any of these buttons, the form loads. Actually, let me do something, holdingsinc@gmail.com. And we redirected to Max Bounty's offer. So it all works there. The processing page should be there. I'm sorry it's not. That is something I brought up that save issue for like a week. I think you can see in my eyes how exasperated I am on that. That's just not acceptable. So sorry about that. Viewing in mobile. Mobile will work now. It's again, that's another thing that's just moving on. I'm sorry it didn't work, but mobile will work fine. We're still improving it, but it looks a lot better than it did before. So for example, if I go here, should hopefully not eat my words on a webinar. There you go. It looks better than what you see here, but it does work. Okay. Where before it was like all jarbled and just, you guys know, I don't have to tell you, you know how horrible it was. Now it's functional. It needs to improve, but it's functional. Okay. So this was a patch they put through yesterday. The guys were literally up all night. They got the marching orders. So between that save function and the mobile thing, these are the two main things to fix. But other than that, the page builder works pretty well. There wasn't any issues. The centering of the button was a little tricky, but it seems like you guys have figured that out. So we're almost there. Okay, we're almost there. Yeah, I know the mobile view has shrunk. People put that in, but it's better than the other way, which was like this. If I can go here and scroll up. This is what my mobile view looked like yesterday. So I don't know. I'd rather a little bit of a smaller font view that is still a functional page versus this garbage that I have right here, right? So it's improved and it still needs to improve. But anyways, yeah. First, to answer your comment there, in the nicest possible way, if I can't get the processing page worked, then this doesn't work. That's just not true. You're just finding, I'm not trying to be rude, but you're literally finding reasons out. So it's not like, listen, if something breaks, it doesn't mean you can't run it. I just showed you how to run it without a processing page. Why? Can you explain to me why it doesn't work? Like at the end of the day, it works. People can put their information in here. And as I showed you, they get redirected to the offer. So there's nothing a processing page does other than fire the data to Microsoft. It is a superficial thing. So you don't actually need to have the processing page to get the offer to run. It's nice to have, and it will be very helpful over time, because the more you feed conversion data in the Microsoft, that's when you can switch to target CPA and so on and so forth. But as you're still getting started, and trust me, I'm going to be pretty sure that processing page issue will be fixed like ASAP. You know, it's not that end of the world here. So let's not try and find reasons to, you know, quit the business because one line of code's not working properly, right? I'm afraid that the mobile visual is the cause of why my account got suspended. It shouldn't be, because Microsoft is crawling your website, and the mobile version of your page shouldn't have anything to do with that. I'm just going to throw that one out there. Sorry, just looking here. Perfect. Where do we get the processing page script? That's in the training, man. That's all I got to sit there and say on that. How come I can't see the questions? The question box is just available to me for whatever reason. It is what it is. With SendPad, you create separate lists based on all the niches being run versus creating a single list for all promotions. Yes. I'm just going to take like 10 minutes to do some Q&A. Then I'm going to take a little break, and then we'll get into how I would run ads to that page. Okay. What is the processing page? Okay. The processing page, after you enter an opt-in, it should fire a page that looks like this, right? Right. And this page should redirect people to the max bounty offer. The purpose of this page is to fire a conversion that gets sent back to Microsoft and Google, letting Microsoft and Google know that you just sent a lead. You just got a lead on that keyword, right? So when somebody fills this in, they go to this page, and a lead now is fired in Microsoft. It's important down the road, but it's not an obstacle, and doesn't mean you can't run the business. And by the way, this is like something that's never going to be fixed. And by the way, I know it's working. I have other pages that are working. So I'm not sure what the hell has happened here today live that stopped working, because it was working. It wasn't working, then it was working. Now it seems to have stopped working again. And that's frustrating. I'm frustrated with it too. But if the worst of our problems here is that this processing page isn't firing properly, then all you got to do is put the max bounty link in the form as is, and we'll worry about firing pixels off to Microsoft in a few days. Nothing changes there. Okay. So that's what I would say about that. If you're technical, you'll figure out ways as well to fire the pixel, but the processing page is acting like a pixel. The processing page fires the pixel, yes. But again, you don't need to have that to run ads. It's not a need. It's nice, but it's not a need. I can use ClickFunnels to make, you can use any page builder you want. You know, if you want to use other pages, definitely can, for sure. Yeah, there you go. Arthur says his script saves on the processing page. So, I mean, there's lots of people. I mean, mine was, I don't know what the hell, like, you know, it was, now it's not. So I'm annoyed that just happened to me live on a webinar, but you know what? It's actually okay, because I've been saying to these guys, the save button is messed up, and I'm going to send this exact recording to them along with a message that is going to be quite unpolite, because it's something I've asked over and over, and it's not acceptable. So it's just like, call a spade here. I'm not out here to like sugarcoat and be like, yay, I'm glad the processing page. I don't like when I'm on a live webinar to you guys and something that should be very basic isn't working, right? So that's just, I'm really sorry about that. That's all I can sit there and say, but you don't need this page. It's not going to kill you if you don't have it. So, and the mobile view, it should be fixed for everybody. The text might be smaller and it might not look perfect, but it looks better than this. This should not exist anymore. If you're still seeing this on your mobile views, let us know in tickets, okay? And people are saying this. I want to see this live because people are, lack of a better term, I'm going to use the word complain. I don't mean it in a pejorative sense, but they're getting a hamburger on mobile with their mobile phone. So I'm just literally going to look at my phone here, and we're going to go to, what do we call this thing? Responsive marketplace. Marketplace. .com / what do we call this? Freedom step 1. Oh. My navigation bar is not showing up as a hamburger. It shows up just as you see it. So I don't see the hamburger. I see the nav bar look just like this on my mobile. So I don't know. I'm not getting that offer. I'm not getting that. Can't just copy paste. You have to add another character and then delete it before saving. Is that true, Angela? That is insert swear word here, stupid. And you can probably guess the swear word I want to say. Okay, so Angela seems to have given me a solution here on the processing page. So let's try that out. Let's just try it out. And if that works, you got to be kidding me. Okay, so Angela's saying that, and thank you, Angela, if this works, by the way. Angela's saying that if I copy it and I paste it and I add the number 1 and then I delete the number 1, that if I press the save button, that should just save the whole code. And if that is the case, then fine, that's wonderful. It works for all of us, but gosh, that is absolutely silly. And Angela for the win. There you go, folks. So Angela has solved all of our problems on Saturday. Thank you very much, Angela. So apparently, all you need to do to get the processing code to save is paste it, add a character, and press the delete button, and it'll save. The humanity. I tell you, man, if you guys are frustrated, yeah, I'm at a loss for words. Thank you very much, Angela. Okay, so let me just go fix up. Let me go fix up. So there you go. Person who says the processing page is gonna stop them from doing the business, then there you go. You're back in business now because the processing page works yet again. So I'm going to change the thank you page URL. I'm going to publish it, and we're going to grab the new line of code. Okay. I'm going to go back to my, gosh, I just can't get past how stupid that is. I'm going to go back to the form here. I'm going to delete it since I don't know how to change the code when it's already on the page. Going to re-add the send pad form in. Going to paste the new line of code. We're going to save it. We're going to center it. We're going to press the publish button, and then we're going to grab that URL, and let's see if it goes now onto the processing page. And hopefully we have a winner here. And we'll go with Sean, and we'll just type in a bunch of nonsense. Oh, look at that. Boom, we just fired a Microsoft Pixel. Perfect. Okay. Where there's a win, there's a will, there's a way. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break here. Everybody type a giant thanks in the chat to Angela. So the many of you watching here has just, Angela, you are the woman. You know, everyone says you're the man, but there's never a you're the woman comment. So let's take a 5. Just going to grab some water, and we'll spend some time on Microsoft ads after that. And then we'll have some questions at the end. Okay. I'll be right back, guys. I guess I could turn my camera off there, but whatever. All right. All right. Sorry. I'm frustrated with that stuff too, guys. It's, but the reality is the page is done and I'm talking while I'm doing it. I would estimate that aside from the processing page issue, and if I had have known adding a character and pressing the delete button, what was that? 30 minutes, 40 minutes tops to make 4 pages, basically. Step 1, 2, 3, a form and a processing page. And now we're ready to run ads. Okay. And the reality is, if it takes you an hour to run a niche and you make 10 niches, that's 10 hours of work. And if you just committed to do 2 hours a week to making pages, I mean, you could make 8 to 10 different pages and funnels per month. You know, it's one of those things too, now that it's done. Okay. Now that this is done, if I want to edit it over time, okay, if we go to Microsoft and I'm like, okay, well, my opt-in rate is like 26%. I want to get it above 30 and higher. What do? Well, I want to change the button color. Okay, well, you just go to SendPad and, you know, we change the color over here. And it's like, okay, I'm going to, you know, yellow is what it is. I want to see what red does. Okay, great. So I change the button to red. I press publish. I copy the code. I go back over here. I press the delete button. I drag in another SendPad form. I enter the code. I press paste. I press save. I center it. And I press publish. And look at that. I made a change to my page. Well, actually, you can't see it. It's a stupid incognito thing. Again, this is no impact on your business. The amount of people that actually look at it incognito is going to be small. But there you go. Now I have a red button. You know, if I want to change the text, if I want to change anything, it's as simple as just editing the page. So creating the page in the first place, yeah, you got to put some work into it. But you know, too, what you could do going forward, okay? It's okay. Let's say over time, I've made this page work and it's working well. Okay, great. So now I'm going to do something in the rent to own space. Well, okay, I'm going to just duplicate this and we're going to call this RTO, you know, example step or 1. Okay. And we're going to click the duplicate button. And I can go to edit it. And now it's just a matter of like, okay, I already have this page that converts very well. So maybe it's a matter of like, homes are available from $3.99 per month. Okay. And then maybe I underline, italicize, make this guy red. All right. We can just say like bad/no credit accepted, no money down. Okay. How many bedrooms are you looking for? 1 to 2 beds. You know, and I don't want to, like, you get the point now, right? It's just going to be simple. If I want to change the color of the background here of this div altogether, you know, I could literally go to the decorations and instead of having, let's see here. Yeah, boom. You can start changing the color around, right? Change the color up here too, and so on. Okay. Change the wording down here. Get a picture of a home. Make sure you update your links here to a different privacy policy. We're now going to publish it on a different domain. Maybe I have a rent to own domain. Maybe it's responsive marketplaces. I don't even know what the hell a responsive marketplace is. I had a friend who taught me CPA back in the day, and his company was called marketbackboard.com or something stupid. And like this guy did like millions and millions of dollars off some stupid domain. So trust me, the domain name doesn't matter. Okay. So once you create the pages in the first place, you can dupe them over and over. You can use them as templates. Okay. Anywho, Angela, you got, just because I know you can't see it, you got like a million thank yous in here. So everybody's giving Angela the love. All right. So moving on to Microsoft here. So step 1, I should say, was finding an offer. Step 2 is researching the competition, you know, which we found a couple competitions. We, you know, started looking at what questions they were asking, you know, so basically, what are their colors? I'm in America now. I have to spell color differently. What questions are on the page? Any other elements that pop out? Okay, and try to swipe, improve, deploy. Sorry, I might look angry. Sometimes I sit here, I'm squinting. It's so bright in this room, first world problems, but like the sun, it just like, I need sunglasses when I'm inside. Step 3, create pre-sell funnel. Okay. And this is very simple. Headline, sub-headline, questions, below, bold, content, footer, nav with legal pages. Okay. Processing page, connect to send pad. Okay. Try to get that done in under an hour. And then you can reuse this. You can reuse the above for other funnels and niches. All right. Right? Plain and simple. Now, step 4, ads. All right. Actually, before we ads, we got to do some research again. Okay. So let me close down a bunch of these flipping windows here. I'm going to introduce you guys to a tool called Espionage. I don't have an affiliate link for it. I was looking for it. I was like, well, if I'm going to refer them, maybe they can use my link. I make a couple bucks, but they don't have an affiliate program. So whatever. It wasn't going to make a lot of money anyways. But I like this tool, and I'm going to show you why. And we're going to get into it in a few weeks. So I'm not going to provide training other than what I'm going to show you now, but we'll go into more detail in a couple of weeks. I think it's, what's the pricing on this? It is, I don't even know. I think it's like, shoot. Let me log out first. And pricing, $59 a month. Okay. Or $50 a month if you choose their annual plan. Not much savings. I would just stick with the monthly just in case you hate it. And you can always just quit too. What I would do is I would just grab a ton of keyword research and then quit. I keep it. We have a large business, you know, so the $59 a month isn't really cost prohibitive. I'd just rather keep it. But anyways, what you do here is we did some research, right? We found 2 people running ads. And so we're going to paste in their domain. We're going to search, and we're going to go to the keywords, and we're going to go to Bing, and it gives us all the keywords that they are running. Okay. Now, I should preface this. This is the search terms. This is like when somebody goes to Bing and types in make extra income online. Income online. That what should happen is homewealthacademy.com, and it should pop up if they're still running it. Okay. There's the Wi-Fi millionaire one that we were looking at, and somewhere on here probably we could go through, and it's not always 100% accurate. Okay. Also, you want to sort by the last seen. Okay. It's always a couple weeks out. So here's what I like to do. I like to narrow the results to say, I want the last scene to be greater than, and I know that the last scene date is January 31st. So I want it to be greater than January 30th. That means they're still running it today. Okay. But I want it to be first seen, at least less than January 1st, which means I think, hold on, let me see how to update. I think that's right. Yeah. So now I'm looking at all the keywords that are still running now that have been running for longer than 30 days. Okay. And so he has 65 keywords here that he's been running, or she has been running for a long time. And so what you could do from there is you could export that into Excel, open it up. And now I have all of these keywords that I could go through, and I can actually know that these are probably successful keywords. If somebody's been running a keyword for longer than 30 days, they're probably, it's probably a profitable keyword. Okay, look, you have the days seen. So I could even just turn off the filter here, and we'll go with days seen is greater than 30. And last seen is greater than January 30th. So that means they're still running it. Okay, and we'll update that. And it's the same amount update, so it worked. Maybe days seen, we can say greater than like 10. if you want to be a little bit more loose. I'll leave it up to you to play around. Okay. You can even go like last seen December 31st or something, to say, okay, like maybe they just turned off keywords recently, but some of those keywords were profitable in the past. So now I have keywords that were running at some point in time in the last 30 days that have been seen, that had been running for at least a month on their own. So I could have a list of 1,100 keywords here that at some point in time were running for a long period of time, and they have been running in the recent past. That's going to give me a really good idea. Again, search terms, not keywords. Remember, I need a side job is what somebody literally types into Bing. The keyword that triggered I need a side job could just be best side jobs, California, right? Somebody could go to Bing and type in I need a side job, but your phrase match of best side jobs could show up for an ad on that search term. Okay. Can you guys type a yes in the chat if you understand the difference between a search term and a keyword? Yes. So remember, search term is what you go to Bing in, and this is a search term. Somebody's typing that in. But the keyword might be that you're bidding on in Bing might be earn money. Okay. But when somebody goes to Bing and types in make extra money, make extra income online, your keyword earn money could be triggered. Okay. That's why going through the search terms when I talk about in the optimization is critical, because some of the search terms that show up on your keyword are crap, and some of them are totally fine. So it's really, really important. Okay. I got a couple no's, but most of you understood that. Okay. Sometimes, okay, KJ says, why can't the keyword be the same? Yeah, sometimes the keyword and the search term are the same. Okay. But you got to remember, a phrase match keyword means, let's say I'm bidding on the keyword make money. That's it. And I put quotations around it. So that's a phrase match. A phrase match means that the term make money has to appear somewhere in the search term. So for example, how to make money would be a search term that could trigger the keyword make money. Making money, okay, because it's a close variant. Obviously, make money and make money is very similar. Making cash could even trigger it because cash is similar to money, okay? So there's a lot of search terms that people could go type in that your one keyword, make money, could trigger a crap ton of search terms, thousands of them. There's a ton of combos you can imagine. I need to make money. I need to make cash. I want to make cash. Making cash is easy. How to make fast cash. All of those things, because they include the word make money or the close variants of the word make money, will show. Okay. And so what you're seeing here, I just want to say in espionage is the search terms. They never tell you the keywords. So you just got to be careful there. So what you could do from that, where'd the Excel sheet go? I got like 5 Zoom things open. What you could do from that is, obviously online jobs Colorado is very specific. Well, you have online jobs Colorado, online jobs in Virginia. It might make sense to have a phrase online jobs. Okay. So that might be one. And that actually sounds like a theme, right? And so from there, I'm like, oh, online jobs. What else do they have here that is online? Okay. So we could do a filter in Excel, and I could turn the filter on and I could look at it and I can search for anything in here that contains the word online. So we got online jobs. Okay. We got make money online, which is probably a little different than jobs. This is where like the theme, I mean, don't be perfect with it. But for me, I'm thinking a job is different from like entrepreneurship. So like online jobs is probably going to be more specific than somebody who just wants to make money online. If I want to make money online, I'm probably looking into like, how can I just make extra cash? I need something fast. If I'm looking for an online job, I might actually be looking for a career that like allows me to like work from home as a freelancer in like editing or something, or like copywriting or website design or whatever, right? So I think those are two different things. So I might have online jobs. Now I have make money online as a theme, right? And so then you see other things. So online jobs, make money online, how to apply. And I don't need to go too granular. Make money online investing make money online keyword is going to trigger the search term make money online investing. So I don't need that keyword right now. Make extra income online. So maybe we could say like extra income online. How to earn real money online. How to earn money online. Make money fast. No, make money fast online is gonna be similar. So then we got also work from home jobs. Might be a little different than online jobs, technically, I guess, because you don't necessarily need to be online. So maybe we have another category there. I'm trying to just get a few categories going, themes, categories, you know what I mean? Jobs online, work from home. And that's where it's like, okay, well, Sean, you split out online jobs and work from home, but now you have a keyword jobs online, work at home. And that's where it's like, I don't necessarily know, like, are they two different themes? Are they the same? All you can do is test. Don't be perfectionist on it. Bing's going to tell you, if I have a category for work from home and I have a category for online jobs, and in my online jobs keyword, I look at the search terms, and the search terms are just online jobs, work from home, online jobs, work from home. I'm like, okay, well, this Bing is clearly telling me that this is the same thing. Whereas if I have a theme for work from home and a theme from online jobs, and I look at the search terms, and the online jobs theme is all around online jobs, and the work from home theme is all around work from home, then Bing's telling me these are actually two separate categories. So you got to let the data sort of guide you. In the beginning, I'm just guessing as best I can, like an apartment is different from a home, but is an apartment different from a condo? Probably not. They're probably the same, but maybe they're different. So you kind of have to like use a little bit of common sense and just try not to be too strict about it. Okay. So that's one way with espionage, right? And now from there, what I can do is I can go into the Bing keyword planner, and I can go into the tools, keyword planner, and I want to have a theme around make money online. I mean, that is very clearly going to be related to this space, right? And well, see, my location's Canada. Let's make sure I just set that up here within targeted locations. Part of the problem of moving to like not moving to America fully, but like having my business here is like everything's already set up in Canada. I got to move it all the way. It's a pain in the ass. First world problems. So United States, and I'm going to click get suggestions. And here we go. We can go to the keywords, and we can go to the average monthly searches, and look at this, how to make money online, make money online from home, best ways to make money online. Okay. And like, we could literally, I could even go to the ad group really, and just, look at this ad group by relevance. They're kind of almost telling you different themes, right? Or like, I don't know, maybe they're similar themes, but like, this is how they're recommending you group it. So what I'm kind of getting at is like, you don't have to be perfect with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to just run one theme here. So I personally am going to just export all of this. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. It's 799 keywords. Screw that. I'm going to just grab the top 20 of these. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Remember, I'm looking for something that's like, I don't know. I don't remember what I said, 500 or something in Bing, maybe a couple hundred searches. You start getting down to keywords that are like, 10 searches a month. It's probably not really worth it. So I'm going to, gosh, first of all, I'm going to try and remove a lot of these Zoom boxes, which drive me up the wall when I'm trying to actually teach. And yeah, it took off my, there. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, because I switched pages, it turned off my check marks. Try to find like 10 to 20 keywords per theme to start, something like that. 20. Okay. How do I just export these? Okay. Save to my account. I don't want to do that. Okay. Maybe I will export all. We'll export it, bring it into Excel, and I'm going to sort it by average. I'm going to put a headline. I'm going to data, filter, And then we're going to, first of all, we're going to filter everything greater than 500. Perfect. Look, I got 31 keywords. Okay. And the keywords are right here. Okay. Paste them all here. Here's a cool thing too. Go to type in AdWords wrapper. And I can paste the keywords right here. There we go. And I can wrap them. And where's the phrase match one on here? It makes them into, there we go. Now they're all phrase match. You see that? Nice and easy. So I don't actually do anything. And so I can go back and I can paste them. And for some reason they don't save. That's always wonderful. Copy, you bugger, and paste. Brrr. What's happening here? There we go. Let's see if it pastes in a different. I don't know why. Okay. Let's leave it alone. I know it's going to paste well in Microsoft, but here is the phrase match. I can paste them well in Microsoft ads. So that's a couple ways of going about it. You can spy on your competition in espionage, see what keywords they're running, use the keyword planner, combine them both, put them into themes. Don't overthink it. Get at least one theme up with like 20 keywords in it. And turn the ads on. It's not harder than that. There is no like magic rocket science to keywords. Even if you use the spy tools and you're like, oh my God, this guy's got 100 keywords. He's been running for 8 months. He's still running them. Those are killer keywords. I'm going to run them. I'm copying his pages, and you go to run it. It doesn't work. The key is accounts when you first start them out, Microsoft, Google, they're going, Facebook, whatever you start, they're learning. Their AI is learning. Their algorithms are learning. And so that individual who's been running the keyword easy money might be getting amazing leads from the get-go for whatever reason. And now the account is just optimized towards that. Whereas when you start out, you might not do so well on that keyword. You might crush it on like a work from home keywords. And now your account's optimizing towards that. So every account is different. Everybody who runs the same keyword, it could get different results. It doesn't guarantee you success. What we're trying to do is, push you in the direction that you have a likelier chance of succeeding, right? By spying on your competition, by using the keyword planner, by creating themes and so on and so forth. It's going to give you the best chance of success. Not a guarantee. Nothing's a guarantee. But even when I do all my research and I start something out, I'm like, oh man, I put all this effort in. I'm like, I know I'm going to crush this. I thought the same thing with Social Security. I was like, I'm going to kill this thing. I met a guy at an event. He had a exclusive offer. I got the best payout, and I spent like 10 grand to make 2 grand, and I crashed and burned, and it was horrible. So, and then the other niches I've run where it's like, yeah, all right, I'll give this thing a try, and it just takes off. So you just got to test. Okay. You just got to test. So let's set up a campaign here. I'm going to go into campaigns. I'm going to select a different ad account because I'm not in the one I want to use. I don't think so anyways. Skincare offer. That's like way back in the day. My God. This is my original Microsoft account, by the way. It's like literally 9 years old. So I think that's kind of interesting. And I don't want this account. It's funny. You guys see me on these training videos and webinars, and I'm all like pleasant and whatever. Now you're seeing me in 2 hours in, and you can see me like, oh, why isn't this working? Brr. I'm like, because I have a dev team now, like as an aside, I'm qualified to teach all this stuff because I've done it. I've done coding. I've built websites. I know how to do tracking, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And when I hired my dev guy about 3.5 years ago, I trained him on everything. Like, this is how I build web pages. This is how I use funnel flux. This is how I do this. This is how I do that. But because he's been doing it for 3 years, now it's like when I go back to build a page, I'm like, why is this button color not saving? Like I feel like an old man sometimes. But the reality is, you just got to do the page like one time. It's done. It might not be the most sexiest, fun work of all time, but now we're getting into the money-making process, the ads, because the page is built, right? So, frustrations is a natural part of the business. Doesn't mean you quit. Frustration is a neutral circumstance. This button's color is not changing. I could like stop and quit, or I could say, you know what? It's frustrating, but frustration is natural and I'm going to figure it out. This processing page is not working. We could say, all right, I can't run Microsoft ads. The business is over. I want a refund. Or we could sit there and say, well, it's a little bit annoying, but thank God for Angela there. I think that's who I was saying, who saved our day. But like, reality is I could just run it without the processing page and I can still run ads, right? So everything is just if you look at your life as everything being a neutral circumstance, it's really going to blow your mind. It was the greatest thing. I was afraid of flying. And my girlfriend was like, why are you afraid of flying? I was like, I'm fucking turbulence, man. Like everything that turbulence comes, I think the plane's going down. And she was like, okay, well, you could look at it that way, but you could also look at it from a perspective of like, there's never been a plane crash ever due to turbulence. And I was like, that's a good point. And she's like, turbulence is just a neutral circumstance, right? And you could, choose to take the fear perspective, or you could choose to take the logical perspective. And if you feel the fear, that doesn't mean the feeling doesn't exist. Like I still feel fear sometimes when the turbulence takes over, but I feel the fear. I let my body, the emotional part of my brain just be fearful for a bit. And when that passes, the logic can take over, right? So it's okay to feel frustrated when something's not working. But if you look at it from a neutral circumstance and allow yourself to feel the frustration, I should get into therapy. Like you guys are getting like thousands of dollars of therapy sessions of coaching here. But if you allow yourself to feel frustrated, that frustration is going to pass and the logic is going to come back and you'll be like, yeah, I'm frustrated, but I will fix this button. The processing page is going to work. This is going to work, right? So it's okay. But this is still okay, I suppose. But what I would argue is what's not okay is to just be emotional and allow that frustration to take over your life. Because if you're like that with the business, you're probably like that elsewhere. And you're going to probably notice after the conversation I gave you, like be mindful of how you react to certain situations. And it's okay to be mad, sad, angry, all that stuff. Feel it, right? But don't let those feelings make decisions for you, because you do have two parts to the brain, and one of them, like the amygdala, or one of them is, I'm not into this. I don't know the science names for them, but you get the emotional part of your brain, you got the logical part of the brain. Don't let that emotional part of the brain make decisions for you. There oftentimes is a bad one. Feel the emotion, I don't want you to like be a robot, you can feel mad, sad, all the negative things, but once that passes, let the logic come back, and that's what should drive your businesses. Okay. Okay. Anyways, just I don't even know how the hell I got on that topic, but one thing I forgot to do, we'll go back. We got to put the UET tag on every page, but we'll do that in a minute here. Okay. So I'm going to create a campaign. I'm going to create one, conversions to my website, search ads. I'm going to click next. And let's call it what it is. MMO campaign. Freedom. It doesn't really, there's no, whatever naming convention works for you. Okay. Even me, I never start at more than $100 a day. So start at what you want. I recommend at least 20. You can start at 5. But if you watch my target CPA video, you kind of do want to get to a world where you're getting at least 50 conversions per week in order to switch to target CPA. So it's like, okay, if I'm going to get paid $1.80 and my EPC in Max Bounty says 45 cents, which means I think I could probably get 80, 90 cent EPC on the right keywords, optimizing, running search, means I probably want to get leads at around under $1. Just for simple math, let's say I get $1 leads, right? If I'm going to get $1 leads, and I need 50 leads a week, 50 leads a week, then I need to spend $50 a week per lead. Okay, so that means if I divided that by 7, I'd want to spend at least close to $10 a day. So that's if you're getting $1 lead. Anything below that, it's just going to be a struggle for Microsoft to really learn your business. I'm personally going to start this campaign at $50 a day because I got to show you guys some results down the road. And I want to be like, look, I spent $18 to make 21. That's not going to be good. So I'm going to start this at 50, and then you optimize upwards. Even I spend millions in Google ads. Even when I start a new campaign, I never started at more than $100 a day. Maybe sometimes if I want to be aggressive, I'll go to like 200, but like you just don't, because I could literally $1,000 a day. I go out to the pool, I come back, boom, I spent a bunch of money. I spent $1,000 to make 10. and now I'm like out $990. That could happen. Or if I spend $50 and I make nothing, and I spend $50 tomorrow and I make nothing, I might press pause and go, damn, I spent $100. I didn't make anything. I better reevaluate here. I don't know about you. That's a lot better than spending, $1,000 out your ass and have nothing to show for it. So you just don't go crazy unless you're working for like a multi-million-dollar company and they have like a sales webinar coming up and you got to be super aggressive. Different story. We're not trying to be overly aggressive here. We're just trying to like be sensible. I'm going to know within the first few days if this is going to be good and I can scale further. I could probably scale up to $1,000 a day within 7 to 10 days, but I still want to start, at $50, $100, something like that. I'm going to run this ad in America only. So let me choose my locations. We're going to say United States. Obviously, go with what Max Bounty might say. No, you can't run in California. Don't run in New York. Like sometimes it says that. And then the important thing is you want to search for just people in, not people searching for, because like somebody in Canada could be typing in stuff about America, like how moving to America and working from home, the ad could pop up in that situation. We only want this to be shown to Americans because Max Bounty says this is only for America. Actually, Max Bounty might say this once. I think it is available in Canada too. Okay. So in this situation, you could run to Canada as well. I'm just going to stick to America to keep things easy. Don't need a disclaimer, no dynamic search. I never enter the website URL. My ad group name is going to be Make Money Online theme. And then I'm going to go back out to the AdWords wrapper here. And I'm going to grab the phrase match and hope that that will paste at least properly here. Oh, there you go. I don't know why the hell it didn't paste in Excel, but it is what it is. Okay. And even over here, sometimes too, look, they have different suggestions. So they have the Make Money Online ad group, online job, make money home. So sometimes maybe even like Microsoft's suggesting this, maybe that's the better way to do it. I don't know. I'm still learning these theme things too. I find that it just be loose. And like I said, the data will tell you. Here we have internet money. Maybe that's its own ad theme. I don't know. Right. But like, just try not to be overly strict about it. I don't want you having 100 different ad groups because like you have a 2-bedroom home is different from a 3-bedroom home. Okay. No, those are not two different ad groups. They're the same ad group. They're both homes. You want to be like very high level on it, right? Like we have water and we have soda. I should say soda because I'm in America now, but pop, whatever. Those are two different things. But you wouldn't say like, I have Coca-Cola and I have Pepsi. I mean, they're both pop, right? Pop is pop. Okay. Water's water. We wouldn't have like Publix water and Aquafina. And like it's water. So like try to stay at the very high level of things. If I can just guide you in that direction. Don't open tickets being like, is this what Sean's saying? Like, should I have Coke and Pepsi in a different ad group? No, like just be very loose. Don't overthink it. Okay. Like there's no rule here. The data is going to tell you over time. We're going to save and go to the next step. And then we got to create an ad and we're going to be responsive. And this is where I like to spy on my competitors as well. So if I type in, again, like work, make money, let's see, one of these keywords here, easy money, earn, make money online. All right, let's go with that guy. Earn, make money online. Okay. What's everybody saying here? I don't want Capital One. I don't want Shopify, Wi-Fi Millionaire. What's this guy saying? Okay. And also in espionage, you can even go in and look at the ads of the person as well. See which ads they're doing well and put the same principle on it. Last seen, first seen. So he's been running this ad for a while. Work from home online in 2022. We should probably update the year there. He's a little bit behind. Earning blah, 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 blah. So maybe that is one of the headlines, right? And I also, first of all, before anything, I like the keyword wrapper, right? So we should say like 2023, curly bracket, keyword insertion. And then we could just say like make money online as the default in case the keyword's too long. Okay. And then we could just like literally grab his headline, work from home online in 2022, work. Or we say like make money online in 2023. Best way to make money online. Earn money online from home. Some call to actions. Get started now. Get access now. Apply today to get started. What else is said here in Bing? Sorry, I had espionage. Earn. Okay, so up to $377 per day from home. I say 377, so when they click, it matches my page, right? We could even say like no experience required. Start immediately from home. No rhyme or reason. I'm just making this stuff up, guys. Try to use the training. Usually they give me some, suggestions there, but whatever. Okay. See what else is coming up here in the ads on Google. Make $3,000 extra per week. Make money sending emails. So maybe we'd say that make, 377 times 7. 2639. Make up to 2639. Is that what I said? 2639. I like weird numbers, by the way, because people are like, oh, that's a random number. It makes it look more legit. Per week. Extra cash from home. All right. Make money. To 49 from home online jobs. Online jobs is from home, make money. We're going with the make money keywords. Let's look at some of the other keywords here that might make sense. Best ways to make money online, legit ways to make money. Legit ways to make money. One more. Part-time options available. Okay, you're just feeding Microsoft the data here, and they're going to go through and rotate. What's going to end up happening is these 15 headlines I just gave them. I mean, Microsoft is going to end up showing like 2 or 3 of them over and over and over. They're going to do it. They're going to rotate through, and then their system is going to be like, oh, these 3 headlines are crushing it, and the other 12 won't even matter. Okay, so we're just going to feed the data, and I don't even care about it at that point. So that's why you don't have to like overthink it, because I would just like try to have a bunch of stuff around the keywords, try to have a bunch of stuff about the theme, try to have some call to actions in there, and try to use some of the buzzwords I give you on that 10 keywords to add. Okay. Then we want to have 4 descriptions. Okay. Let's see what everybody else is doing. So this works. Just grab it. $2023, make money online. All you need, this works for even for absolute beginners. Click here to get started. Boom. Try and keep up all the characters you can. I like this. This is a good one too that always works for me. Watch this. 1. Make apply online today. 2, get started this week. 3, get paid fast. 4, click to start. Something like that. Okay. Like giving them steps. I don't know how good that I'll perform, but we'll see. Okay. What else we can see in the description here? Learn how I make. Okay. So we can just say something like, see, people hate the word learn. They like to see, they like to view, but nobody wants to learn. Okay. See how you can earn up to 377 per day. What else is said? simple tasks, no experience required. Click here now. Boom. Okay. 0 characters remaining. All right, one more and we'll call it a day on that one. Seems to be using the same description over and over. The highest paying work from opportunity online today. Perfect. We can use that too. The highest paying, we'll say make money from home because we're using make money. Click here to get started. Click here to start now. Boom. Okay. Scroll up to the top. We're at the good. That's where you're trying to be. I've had ones that are poor and they crush it, but usually if you add 15 headlines or descriptions, headlines and 4 descriptions, you should be fine. We want to add the URL there, which is going to be responsive marketplace.com / freedom step 1. Okay, or click save. I don't need multiple ads. You literally, because it's a dynamic search ad, or responsive search ad, I should say, it's already going to rotate through all my headlines and just what the hell do I need another ad for? And there's no need for it. Okay, I don't need any of the other ad extensions or anything like that. I'm going to save and go to the next step. Budget's $50 today. Enhanced CPC. My make money online theme, I'm going to bid really low. I'm going to start at 25 cents. I don't care that it says low bid. Oh, you're not going to get, a month of clicks, whatever. I don't believe it. So I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm going to leave the conversions alone. I'm targeting the United States. You know what? Here's a good point, because we don't really love the way that desktop is, smartphones looking right now. I'm going to turn that down. I'm just not going to bid on phones. I'm just going to bid on desktops and tablets. And then, if there's any sort of targeting I needed to do, like maybe the offer wasn't running on weekends or whatever, I could do that here. And ad distribution. Okay. Audience ads, multimedia ads, you don't need to know. Like I said to you guys before, in networks, you might notice over time that the owned and operated crushes it or the syndicated crushes it. I'm going to leave both on for now. I'm going to click save. And you're done. Okay, just like that, we have it running. And I can even just, can I sort by, there you go, the MMO campaign. Okay. You might even want to put like desktop / tablet only, so that that's running like that. Okay. And so the last thing is, so that's it, right? I'm going to pause that for now because I know I'm going to want to go enjoy the sun over the next couple of days. I'm going to come back Monday, turn it back on, and we'll, like I said, I will note down optimizations and, changes I make and keyword changes. I'm going to add more stuff. I'm going to do this over a month. We'll come back and revisit it. But for now, I don't really want to look at it over the next couple of days. And I often think starting ads on a weekend is not a good thing. If something goes wrong with the offer, it's broken, or something happens, you can't really reach out to your affiliate manager. So I always recommend starting things on a Monday, just because you have a whole week to go through. Okay. Going to add the UET tag. So I'm just going to go to tools, UET tag. And let's create do I even have one? No, I don't. Let's go with I'm going to create an MMO pixel. Okay, I'm going to grab the tag ID right here. Next, and perfect. I'm going to go back to Flow Funnels. I'm going to put it on all my pages that I need to have them on. And I'm going to take Angela's advice here. We're going to go to Microsoft Scripts. I'm going to paste it. I'm going to put a star afterwards and then delete the star. And let's see if that saves. I saved it in the wrong place too. So that's not good. So UET tag. Okay, let's delete this guy. Let's see if it's saved. Publish it. And I guess the easiest way is using the tag checker. So turn that guy on. I'll press the refresh button. Oh my God. Angela, you are like the greatest human of all time right now. Thank you for that little shortcut there. So Freedom Step 1 has saved. Freedom Step 2, same thing. Microsoft Scripts, UET tag, put a character, delete the character, press save. Stupid workaround, but nonetheless, it works. Publish it, turn the tag on, helper on, press the refresh button. You can see here, it's found my tag. It's all green checked, so we're good. That's how you do that. And back to Funnels again. We're going to put it on the step 3 now. Perfect. Seems to be saving everywhere. And finally, I'm going to put it on the, was it F processing 2? I can't even remember now at this point. Yep, it was. Excellent. On the processing page, if you press escape a bunch of times, the refresh code will stop. So now I can turn my tag checker on, press enter, press refresh a bunch, and you can see that, sorry, press escape a bunch, and you can see that the code has been saved there as well. So that is that. And then we now want to create a conversion goal. Creates, websites, next. Category is a lead form submit, destination URL, name, MMO leads, destination URL contains, and we're going to say, just whatever. It just needs to contain F processing 2. Doesn't need to create, contain the rest of that domain. Where are we here? I have too many windows open. There we go. Revenue, don't assign a value. On all accounts, count. Again, I like to count unique only. I don't like to touch anything else. Next, the tag, we're going to assign it to the MMO pixel. Yes, the tag was installed on my website. It can take up to 24 hours. And now we set a conversion goal. You don't have to do anything else. I know things will say inactive. That's because I haven't run any traffic and so on and so forth. Oh, so we've gone for 2.5 hours here or so. And I feel like I am tapped out on the process. So to recap, we have gone through finding an offer. Simple problem, solution, simple forms. Don't worry about the EPC. Obviously, we don't want like 2-cent EPC. Put something 20, 30, 40, give it a chance, see what happens. Worst thing that happens is you get cheap leads. The offer isn't paying you as much as you want it to pay. So you go find other offers, right? The aim of the game here, like, look, if I can make money online leads for like 80 cents and the offer is crap and it's giving me like 40-cent EPC, so I'm losing half my money, I'm just going to go to other networks. I'm going to go find other offers because I have cheap leads. I have the cheap leads over here. I just need to pair it with the right offer. Okay. Do you understand that point? This offer might suck, but the leads are coming in well. So I need to find another offer, and there will always be an offer out there that will compare to this. Okay. Step 2, research the competition. What kind of pages are they doing? What colors do they have? What questions are on the page? What other elements do they have that pop out to you? Swipe, improve, deploy. Number 3, create your pre-sale funnel. Yeah, a little bit of effort. Probably going to take you 30 to 60 minutes, okay? We have a fix on the processing page. Thank God. We have a fix on the UET code. Stupid, but it works, okay? And then once that's created, you can just duplicate it over and over and over, okay? And then finally, step 4 is research competition for ads, research keywords, okay? We talked about espionage. We talked about keyword planner. We talked about just going to Bing/Google and searching. Okay. And then come up with at least one theme that has 20 keywords in it. Okay. Preferably 3 to 5 themes. Okay. And then step 5, turn on ads and basically follow the training. Nothing I just showed you there was anything different. I don't think I did anything groundbreaking. I wrote my ads, can use espionage or ad ideas, Google/Bing for ad ideas. Don't overcomplicate it. The ad is easy. It's the easiest ad ever. You get 30 characters in a headline. I'm like 30. I'm only up 2. That means 33 for 30. And you get 80 or 90 in the description, okay? And the description is like, the headline's like, want to make money? Click here. And the description is like, the best make money online opportunity in 2023. No experience required. Click here now. Literally, I'm telling you guys, you can write those ads just like that and you will succeed. And because you fed Microsoft with 15 headlines and 4 descriptions, you've given them hundreds of combos to go through, and they're going to end up going through all those hundreds and shrinking down and only showing your ad to like 1 description and 3 keywords, and you're going to crush it. Okay. And that's just how that's going to go. All right. So I'll stay for 20 more minutes. My voice is starting to crack again. I just got over laryngitis, and we're coming up on the 3-hour mark. I figured we'd probably be right around 3 hours. I was open to 4, but I don't think we need to go that long. So yeah, let's go through some questions. Perfect. How long to let Microsoft learn before we make adjustments? Thomas, I would go back and watch module 4 on optimizations. We do talk about that. It's you need 50 conversions a week. And once you start getting 50 conversions a week, then we can maybe switch to like the target CPA bidding. Okay. How many URLs can we have in float funnels? I think you can have as many as you want. I don't know if there's any more specific. Whew. All right. I find that actions work better. I click here to get started, start here. Yep. I love to have call to actions on my buttons, on my ads. Thank you. Thanks. Seeing a lot of thank you. Sorry. I copied you in Max Bounty. The link generated given error 404. Maybe you copy the link wrong. Maybe you're not in America. That's possible, but the link works as we saw. I can just go right here, copy it, paste it, and go. There it goes. It works. Can you have more than one funnel on the same domain? Yes, you definitely can. So I like, you know why I like random domains? Like I have one, you guys saw mine. I just literally thought of it the other day. Responsive, what the hell did I call it? Responsive marketplace. No idea what that is, right? But I could literally run responsivemarketplace.com/RTO/MMO/health insurance you know what I mean? I can go whatever. And all of a sudden one of them takes off, like health insurance is crushing it. Then I might want to go buy like cheap health marketplace. Maybe not, I don't like the word cheap, or I don't like words like cheap or deals or things like that in my domain, but I might want to have like the health marketplace or best health marketplace or something like that. As I know a niche is taking off. So it's best just to have a generic domain. Like I said, my friend who taught me CPA back in the day, his domain was Market Backboard. No idea what that is. Which I actually went to the other day of some random like Chinese, or I don't want to say Chinese, Asian looking site, we'll just say. How to use the text content or banner shown on an offer? It asks if we are using the content or making our own. You are all making your own content. This is all your own content. The second that you're running your own landing page and sending your own emails, you're running your own content. I'm trying to test my opt-in. I enter my email, but I'm not receiving anything in my inbox. I've tried using a Gmail and a Hotmail account. I'm not getting the confirmation email to either inbox. Can you think of why it's not working? I've gone through the training videos numerous times. So all I can sit there and say is you guys saw me enter in Agnew Holdings Inc. Inc@gmail.com. There's a couple of reasons I can think of there, Chris, and I'll answer that in a second. By the way, I want to talk about this confirmation email because we get a lot of people like, this is never going to work. Okay, it's going to work. Trust me. Oh, I had it. Where is it? I was just looking at it. It's in here. Maybe it's in my promotions tab. There we go. So there it is. First of all, check your promo tab, check your social tab, check your spam tab. If it's not in there, what I would check is to make sure my DKIM and SPF records and everything are all set up. If it's still not there, then I would open up a ticket and say, hey, what the heck? Nothing is showing up. But two things that are going to happen here. One, we recognize this is showing up as registration. It should be the from name. Like if my sender profile is Sean Agnew, this should say Sean Agnew. And it should just say confirm subscription, not SendPad. And we're going to remove the SendPad logo. But just because it's all looking like that, like still the vast majority of people, they just opted in. They're going to see a registration email in their inbox. They're going to click it. Okay. And by the way, if you're, some people are like, well, the contacts aren't being added to my list. Yeah, they only get added when they click the confirm button. I just want to throw that one out there too. So you can see here, if I go now back to my list that I just created, you should see Agnew Holdings Inc. in here. It's just one, but I opted in twice. So you don't see that nonsense link that I added, right? And there you can see Agnew Holdings was just added and there's no other information. It doesn't really give me a time or anything, so I can't do that, but I'm in there, okay? When setting up an ad account, ask for legal name, just put your name if you don't have a business. Was that tool called Keyword Wrapper? I just typed in AdWords Wrapper. Just Google it. I think it's literally adwordswrapper.com. Yeah. I find it easier than typing in the quotation mark like 30 times if I need to. That's really annoying, right? Somebody saying the age-old question of, am I seeing your questions? Yes, I'm seeing your questions, and I'm always sorry that I can't get to them all. There's so many. Please talk about getting approval again. Okay, I'm assuming you mean for Max Bounty. Max Bounty. All right. If you're going to ask for an approval with Max Bounty, first of all, don't try to get approved to like 80 different things. One offer at a time. You know, I'm going to guess most of you on here are just starting and probably haven't run a lot of money through. So I don't want to hit up Bishan and be like, dude, can you get me access to these 40 offers? And be like, man, you haven't even spent any money with me. You know how much effort it requires Bishan? He needs to go to the advertiser, get the approval. It's effort, right? These guys work, they're employees, right? And so what you need to do is, now that I have my page done, I would go to Bishan and let's say I wasn't approved for this offer. I'd be like, Bishan, I want to run this Make Money Online campaign. I'm not approved. I know that I haven't done a lot of money on your network, but like, I really want to start here. Here's the page I've run. Here's the research I've done. I want to run these keywords. Is there any way I could even just get like 20 leads a day to start? And most times, if you go prepared, they're going to say yes. Sometimes they'll be like, no, this advertiser is very strict. You know, there's nothing I can do. But then work with them and say, okay, well, what do you recommend here? Because I really want to work in the Make Money Online niche, and like, I'm prepared, I'm ready to go. I need some help, you know, and they'll work with you. They want to make money too. These guys get salary, but they also get commissioned based on how much money you make for them. Okay. So it's into their benefit to help you. Is my notepad available? Yeah, I can throw these notes. I'll get Chris to throw them underneath. Okay. Should we care about competition level in the keyword planner? No, I don't really look at the competition level or the bid suggestions. I find they're way, way off. Is it once you're scaling that you start to become unprofitable on the front end? Yes and no. Usually at scale, I'm just more aggressive. I know my numbers inside and out, and I know that I just want as much traffic as possible at an acceptable loss. So if I know I can lose 20% and take 1,000 leads in a day versus like break even or make money, but only take in like a few hundred leads a day, I'd rather just lose the money, take the leads and mail them. Okay. Can I use lead pages and connect SendPad? Yeah. Any other page builder, my understanding is you can connect SendPad. You just need to take the code, the SendPad code in the form here. I guess I could have just grabbed the so many damn windows open. Sorry. Yeah, I grabbed the embed code right there, and you would put this in lead pages. I can't guarantee how that's going to work. I can't provide training on every landing page builder out there, but that's it. Can I go back over offer selection? I'm sorry, but I'm going to decline that answer. I did that at the beginning. I spent a whole section on it. There's training on this. There's been webinars on this. There's been office hours on this. Now they're done it like this. I'm not going to go over it again. I'm sorry. More specific questions. Like, that's like a very generic, can you go back and repeat yourself for 20 minutes is what I feel I was just asked. Not trying to insult you. Just, you know. Best place / process to utilize pre-pop code provided by Max Bounty. Okay, that's a really good question. So pre-pop would be if Max Bounty, so let's say this offer here, it says pre-pop is available. Let's say it said that, okay? What that means is when somebody enters in, you're not going to see it here, stupid incognito issue. But when somebody enters in their name and email here, you could have the ability to have the name and email populate on this page, okay? There's a lot of custom coding involved in doing that on float funnels that you're literally going to have to go into the code and do. And honestly, it's not going to improve your conversions that much. So I would just ignore it. I followed your steps, but I cannot seem to it cannot seem to work how to center the form on the page. All I literally did here, if I want to add the SendPad form on, okay, let me just go grab the code again, copy the code. Paste it, save. See, it's over here. You can't see it because it's incognito, but that's where the form is. Click on the entire div here. Click on it. Typography, center, works. I'm not sure. If you're doing exactly what I just did there and it's not working, then I would open up a ticket because it definitely does work. Headlines require curly brackets to rotate headlines, but descriptions not. No, the curly bracket is just to throw keyword in there. So if I want to say 2023 curly bracket keyword, and then a colon, make money online. What that means is I want the ad to say, in that one headline, to say 2023, whatever the keyword is. And if the keyword is too long, then I want it to default to say make money online. So you don't need to do that in the descriptions. It's just very helpful in one of the headlines. That's it. Should the below the fold text be invisible on mobile too? It should be visible. And I was just looking at my page on mobile and it was visible, so it should be fine. Sean, to sign up for the Microsoft account, the first question asked on what is the name of your business? I'm pretty sure I said it in the training, but like, if you don't have a business, put your name, you're Tammy Jenkins, you'll be all right. What currency would pay from Max Bounty? They pay out in US dollars. The main goal is building a list to promote higher paying affiliate offers on the back end. Yes. You want to make profit on the front end? You definitely can. But the back end email money is where a lot of it is. Can you realistically scale these types of offers to 5K plus a day with Bing alone? You definitely can. But having Google is going to help much more immensely because Google has like 10 times the traffic. Same amount of effort to copy paste all the keywords in the Bing. Why limit it? Won't using more keywords ultimately result in more views, clicks? Yeah, you could put thousands of keywords in Bing, but then you'll blow your budget like that. I like to stay more concentrated on like keywords that are more related to a theme that maybe my competitors are running, that are on the keyword planner, a combination of it, have a couple themes, get started that way. Am I profitable? Great. Now I start to optimize following the optimization training. I start to add keywords. I follow the ads checklist. The ad optimization checklist I gave you, which please, but for the love of God, guys, please stop requesting access for the thing. It's open. Big bold letters on the page. Please do not request access. If you need to make a copy, click file, make copy. Just throwing that out there. I got a ton of emails the other day, but anyways. So Avery asks, can you discuss Microsoft ad suspending? There are a lot of us getting blocked immediately. Again, define a lot, because I actually have looked at the numbers and there's less than 5%. So there is not a lot. And we've been quite transparent about this, that usually like that is about right around the case we see, right? And I'm not trying to smile, like, because it probably sucks and it's probably frustrating if you're in that 5%. You got to just be resourceful. I don't know what else I can discuss on it, follow the training. In most cases, hate to say it like this, but I'm just blunt and it's not me being mean. You probably did something wrong. You probably broke a violation, or you didn't have a terms of service page, or you had accounts suspended back in the day. 99 times out of 100, that is what happens. Now, there are a small percentage of you where you didn't do anything wrong and Microsoft just decides they want to be a jerk. That does happen too. It's very rare, but that does happen. In the case that you got suspended, you just got to keep fighting them. You got to keep fighting them, call them, email them, get the right person on the phone. We have examples of people having to call like 20 times before they finally get reapproved. Or worst case, you don't start a new account, but you get on account with a friend, a family member, or you start a new LLC, get a new address, things like that, and become like a new person, basically. This is all outlined in the training. There's not really much more for me to discuss on it. I've already put it in the forum. I actually think, I don't think there's any more value on continuing that topic, right? We've kind of discussed it ad nauseum, and I do understand. I'm not frustrated at all. Like, I mean, I'll talk about it if we need to. It's just, I don't know the more there is to add on it, right? It's been, we have a whole guide on what to do. It certainly is frustrating and I can empathize, right? But other than that, like if you follow what I show, I think in my module 3, video 20, there's no reason why you can't get an account back. Yeah, it might be annoying if you have to go spend a few $100 to get a new LLC and start from scratch. Well, but the lesson should be learned, right? Like make sure your website's complete and all that stuff's done, and go from there. There's really no point of like posting on a forum or like being upset about it or trying to get other people to jump on. Like, yeah, mine was suspended too. I'm sad. I'm mad. That doesn't help. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help us. It doesn't get your Microsoft account back. It's just like, it's taking a neutral circumstance and being negative about it instead of being positive. So your Microsoft account is suspended. It's a neutral circumstance. We can be upset about it. And certainly you should be. It's frustrating. I'm mad. I'm sad. Feel that feeling. And then when that feeling passes, what are you doing about it? Are you going to continue to be upset about it? Or are we going to do something about it? I.e., call the hell out of Microsoft, get a new account, get to Google when Google is, we get some training on that, be resourceful, be positive. I've had accounts suspended. Aiden's had accounts suspended. These things are just part of the process. There's not really any value giving more space to like being like, I'm sorry that happened, so let's move on, and just go from there. Okay. That's what I would say. How many clicks without a lead before we need to change the offer? Well, there's two things. I want to make sure the way you worded that makes me think you mean the conversions on the offer itself. My thoughts would be, if I had like 20 clicks to an offer and I had 0 conversions, I would pause that offer immediately. Like, that's just bad, right? Same thing is, if I had 50 clicks on my landing page and the opt-in rate was garbage, I would pause my landing page and I would reevaluate. So that's a really good point. So if I'm on this landing page, which doesn't show my opt-in page incognito, but let's assume, and I go to Microsoft and I see like 40, 50 clicks and like 4 leads, I mean, my opt-in rate is 4 out of 40. It's like 10%. I'm probably going to pause it, right? But if I see like 10 out of 40, I'm at 25%. I'm okay. Let's see how it goes, right? Ultimately, you're trying to get 30% is good. That's a standard opt-in rate. 40% is really good. If you get 50, you should come work for me. Okay. 50%, hit me up. I got a job for you. Okay. It's really hard to get 50% opt-in rate. So, anything below like 15% after like 50 clicks, you need to reevaluate your keywords and your landing page and make some changes. Okay. That's that. Now, after somebody opts in and they go to this page, I would give this like 20 clicks. If I have no conversions, I just like, that's impossible. How? Something's not right. This offer sucks, or they're scrubbing me, or some BS is going on. I would hit up my affiliate manager and be like, dude, 0 for 20, that's a horrible start. Like, really? This offer has what's going on here? So that's what I would do. Can you set up multiple offers on a domain using subdomains? Yeah, I guess I would just, I don't know the need to have subdomains. I would just have the /. It's just as easy. Oh, what do you leave as your homepage then? We copy that also in one of the modules. Just pick one. Pick any of your pages. Doesn't matter. One of the step 1 pages. So if I wanted to make my homepage, let's go to the domain manager. No, sorry. I think it's in the settings. Workspaces. I don't know. Hold on. Let me see. Settings, domain manager, float hosting, domains, responsive marketplace. Yeah, there we go. Want to link a page. So actually, first of all, let's say I wanted to make freedom step 1. I'm going to click the unlink button, and I'm going to link, and I'm going to select freedom step 1, and I'm going to publish it as my main. Boom. Now I have a home page. Now when I click there, it goes to my freedom step 1. If I put in freedom step 1, it'll work. If I don't have freedom step 1, this is my home page. Okay. You do need a home page. Very important. I think it's module 3, video 22, or video, I don't know. It's in one of the modules. Actually, let's bring it up for you. There you go. 322, homepage. Very important stuff. My understanding, the ads are to generate leads that break even or small profit. The profit is in the back end. Yes, exactly. I mean, you could make a lot of money on the front end, but generally the reason we're building the list is that's where our money is coming from. Can we use ClickMagick for conversion tracking? Yes. How do we attach the first page of the funnel to the primary? Okay, I just answered that one. When will we be starting with Google Ads? Very, very soon. Very, very soon. Or should I just register a domain to support the offer I plan on promoting? If starting today, can I see results within a week? Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously you have to find an offer, create a page, and create an ad, but ads should start pretty quickly. When offer has creatives in it, should we use those to our landing page, or just ignore? I always ignore the creatives. I mean, I might take a look at it for inspiration. For example, they might have like different banners and stuff that might be worth taking a look at, but generally I just don't look at it. Oh, here's a good one. Angus, another tip of the day. When in Pages area, you can change the page name. If you click on the page title to open the analytics page, then at the top, you look at this guy. Angus and Angela, members of the day. I don't have any prizes to give you, but you get my praise. So Angus is saying if I click on this and I change this, it should change the URL. So let's try that out. I'm going to go F processing page, and we'll change this here to F processing 3. And we'll click save, and we'll go back to Pages. Oh, look at that. It did save, and it changed. But it didn't change the URL. You see that? Doesn't change the URL. So I'm going to make a note of that the page name needs to update the URL as well. See, didn't add the 3 at the end. But good thoughts, Angus. Thank you very much. Can you explain how to get approved for other campaigns that are locked? I did. How do you check automation in SendPad? When you add email and contacts page, you receive the email. How do you check the automation in SendPad? So when you add email on the contacts page, you receive the email. You wouldn't receive the email. The person that entered their email would. And you should see the stats, as in if I went to my autoresponders, sorry, and I went to this one here and I viewed it, you should start to see some stats here. You see, we're in the process of fixing the stats right now. Counts all open. So if I Sean open the same email 3 times, then this number counts as 3. It should count as 1. We only want the unique stats to show, but that's how you would see if people are opening and clicking on stuff, is right here in the stats. Okay. And there'll be more, there'll be a ways as well. When you like click on it, it'll bring up like a stats page. It'll give you like the ability to choose different time frames. That'll all be there in the future. If I have very cheap leads, but I'm not getting any leads on my bridge page, no one clicks on the buttons, no one wants to enter the email, what's the best way to send traffic over to the page? If you're getting cheap clicks, but nobody's clicking on buttons, that's a very good indicator that you need to work on your landing page. It's just not working properly. Oh, we're at 2 o'clock. I'm going to take a couple more questions. As you can imagine, I'm in need of a little bit of a breather here. That was a little long of a session, but I had a lot of fun. I just asked my manager. He said, as long as your page is pretty. And I told him, Sean says ugly sells. And he says, well, Sean is a smart guy, and they approved you. So there you go. So Doug was able to submit some stuff to his affiliate manager there and get his page approved. So if you go and you go prepared, then the chances of them approving a non-approved offer are good. Okay. They just don't, these offers, oftentimes the advertisers, they just want to make sure people aren't stupid, for lack of a better term. So if you go there prepared with a page, these are the keywords I want to run. This is how I'm going to, this is my plan of attack. They're likely going to say yes. Okay. And max bounty, do we just do these and that's it? What traffic search? Creative, raw. Yes, correct. So to create your link, I would just click search here, raw, search, raw, and then you copy this link. That's it. All right. Fun times. Thanks everyone for coming out. That was an awesome session. Hopefully you guys got a lot of value. This should kind of put all the training videos together. I'll make sure that this is under the video. Okay, all these steps. I'll get Chris to put it on there. And thanks for spending a little bit of Saturday with me. Go out there and enjoy your Saturday. If it's sunny where you are, I know it's sunny where I am. I'm going to go lie by the pool and take a deep breath. And thanks for coming out. And we'll do this again in a few weeks from now, maybe a month from now. I don't know, something like that when we have more results. And we'll show you the second half of this, where we go through like what Sean did to optimize his page, his ads, and so on and so forth. So my message to you is don't overthink it. Simplify it. Go forth and populate the Microsoft ads universe with your ads and pages. And let's start getting some results. Okay. Don't let fear get in the way here. All right. Thanks, guys. Had fun. And I will see you office hours on Monday. Take care.